All right, everybody. Sorry about the problem. I don't know why, but it was YouTube. Hopefully, I fixed it. Yep, should be good to go. We'll get the rest of the crew in.
What's up, G?
Yo, 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 yo. I don't know what's up with Google, man, but I fixed it.
Sting and Tony I told them one of us would send him a link, so.
Yeah, I sent them both links. We're good to go. We're live. We're running.
Sweet, sweet, sweet.
5 viewers. Sorry about the problem, everyone. I had it on Google and YouTube, but for some reason I was like, wait a minute, how come I don't see the feed on YouTube?
Yeah, they like screwing us shit up, don't they?
Yes, sir. Does everyone else have it on?
Well, I'm gonna go check my YubiTubi, so I'll be right back.
Yep.
I got it on YouTube.
Yo, 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 yo. I don't know what's up with man, but I fixed
Sting and Tony I told them one of us would send him a link, so.
I gave him a link there too.
We're live. We're running.
Sweet, sweet.
Someone's got it.
Yeah, somebody's playing us in the background.
Yeah. Is that you, Joe? I had it on Google and YouTube, but for some reason I was like, wait a minute, how come I don't see the? Yeah, that's you, Joe.
Yeah, they like screwing that shit up, don't they?
Does everyone else have it on? Sorry, Joe, I had to mute you, buddy. You got the background. You got the chat playing in the background, bro. It's okay. We're used to it. We're used to it, JoJo.
All right, I'm back in.
Yeah.
Joe, please turn the chat off. Or
You got
Yeah,
your
you gotta
YouTube
turn off
going.
Yeah, you got the YouTube chat going, Joe. You got to turn that off. We can hear it.
Oh, that. Yeah. Shit.
And it
Okay.
causes echo.
yeah, knucklehead.
I forgot, man. It's been such a long time.
Yeah.
Okay, that should be okay. I got the first like on YouTube too.
Boy, we look like a bunch of fucking rookies on here, don't we? My lord.
Well, we've only been doing it over a year now. Come on.
Right, we've only done over 1,000 chats. Everyone's like, you dumb fucks.
Wait, where are they? That's all I got to say, man.
Right, and I still have, a gunpowder buzz going. So, and then I went from a gunpowder, right? I voted, right? Then got to go shooting and blowing shit up and taking out any anger I have towards the fact that I knew I was voting
For nothing.
basically in vain.
Right. Yeah.
And not only did I get to just go shooting, but I get to simulate. I mean, I got to go bang, bang, pew, pew, pew in a very quick fashion.
A guy with a vasectomy still tries, even though it's pointless. Come on now.
Yes, and I am also 420 relaxed. So,
All right.
Like I said, I know it's election day, but I want to know how it what it means to everyone, what it means to you guys, because personally, I don't give two fucks with it. I really don't. Yeah, I've voted before, but it's not like I will stop. And I'm being honest, I will stop what I'm doing to vote, just because of the scams and all the BS and then again, what are we doing? Like, are these really legit? I mean, are these votes really making a difference? And that's why.
Well, I still celebrate Christmas, even though it's been over commercialized and total meaning taken away from it. It's still something to me, right? And
Right.
Men died for us to be able to vote, right? And I'm not talking about the ones going overseas and fighting somebody else's war, but the Revolutionary or Civil War and all that shit. They stood up for that freedom and really did the ultimate sacrifice. And if it doesn't mean anything anymore, I disagree. I think it still does, especially on a local level. Maybe not so much for president.
Definitely. I think, like Brother True says, you start with the locals and you work with the local sheriff and your state sheriff, and that's where you start. And that's, to me, that's what, that means that means a lot more to me than the other shit, to be honest.
Right.
And I'm just being honest. You know what I mean?
But I still vote in the national stuff. Why? Because you know what? If I to myself, because I only really answer to me, right? And if I want to bitch about it, I got to participate in it.
Right. Of course.
If I want to have my say, part of having my say is voting. Right? Now, do I think it's effective? No. Do I think we need to tear the whole thing down? Yes. But am I going to participate until that point? Yeah, I am. I'm going to participate in the American experience. And part of it is voting. Right? From your local to your national. I'm libertarian knowing because I knew Dick Durbin was going to win, right, in my state. So I made sure that the libertarian's going to be able to be on the ballot next time by voting for him, right? But I also voted that same way within my local communities. I voted as my conscience, who I knew was the better candidate.
Yep.
So by participating, I'm now able to bitch. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
That would have stopped you, but okay. Yeah.
Well, no, it actually does, because I don't bitch about shit I really, fucking have nothing involved in. And if I... Especially when this is your chance to at least speak your voice, right? In that voting booth, you have the you have the ability to get your voice across. At least I did, because we do paper ballots, right, with the little scratchy thing,
Right.
right, like the old fucking SAT tests and shit.
Yep.
Right.
We don't do that electronic shit where you can mistakenly get your fingers scratched across it to another, whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I'm definitely in on the voting for everybody from dog catcher on up. And I say change them every 2 to 4 years.
Yep.
But I also think that we need a real revolution, and that voting shit's going to be out the window.
Yeah.
But for now, I'm going to continue to participate as best I can, right? From protest to voting, because it's all the same. Got to make your presence known. Because everybody's willing to roll right over you like a fucking asphalt roller.
And I agree with that. If you're gonna bitch, you vote. You know what I mean? Don't sit there and bitch and not have. I get that, but some people, just playing the devil's advocate, some people just say, look, I can give two shits. My vote doesn't count. It's all rigged. It don't matter. I understand with the complaining and yada yada yada, but
you can say that all you want. But if everybody came out and voted, who knows how our votes would fucking count?
yeah,
Right?
Mm-hmm.
The fact that at any given fucking election, there's a whole group of people who say that whole same thing. Ah, fuck it. You know what? My shit don't count.
right. Yep.
Nothing's gonna change anything, right? Bullshit. You know what? If fucking 100 fucking million people were voting, shit might change on a national and fucking state levels, right?
Right.
And you look at some democracies, quote unquote, like Australia, where they make you vote. They'll fine you if you don't go participate.
No shit.
No
shit.
And here's my thing, if the voting don't matter, and I said this earlier, but it wasn't on the live version of this, but if it's all rigged, then why the hell they try so goddamn hard? I mean, they really push it in order to get each person's vote. And if it's already set and figured out, no, man, I don't think that's the case. Especially not for the local stuff, man. Not when I have candidates approaching me on, a lot in the city, going to events and shaking individuals' hands and doing the pounding the pavement thing,
Yeah.
Because they know they're going to get. It was funny. I was talking to one of the people coming out of our voting area, Lions Club, by the way, and so we're talking for a second. You know how you paused outside or whatever, and I'm with my wife and daughter who can vote. So all three of us just finished voting, and we're all laughing about how all these people spend all this money to get a job that's not worth the money they've spent to get. You know what I mean? How many? Think about it. In presidential. Say the president gets $400,000 a year, right, in salary, but right, they spend 50 times that, right? $4 billion to get his ass elected, right?
Prestige and power.
Well, I understand why people try so hard to get elected. And that's what we were laughing about. And you see it. Yeah, people try real hard because it does matter. It does count. They get to put their, they shake your hand, right, and ask for your vote, and then they get to put your hand in in your pocket right after you vote.
Yeah.
Say, here, that's mine. Thank you. Now all your money. Oh, thank you, slave. Thanks for voting for your overseer.
And they're spending a lot of money to do this shit as well. Right, you?
They do, but I still participate in it. I still vote for me. What was it? Third Op put up let me see if I can find it. Third Option put up a little picture he took. I don't remember if it was on G Plus or on Facebook, but it kind of said it all. It was one of those I voted stickers, but he had kind of adapted it for the truth of the matter. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. People love to wear those stickers, too, man, especially the oldies. I love it.
I got mine. It's sitting in my car, but...
Yeah, you get stickers nowadays. You used to have the damn pins.
Yep, the pins.
It's like getting the gold star, right? You're fucking second.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, man. Loud and proud, right there, man.
Hey,
There you go.
like I said, I have my sticker, but I saw a third op. I'm trying to find it so I can steal it and put it up here.
And I really do wish it was like that, you know. And you never know. It could be like that, but that's why I do think it is important. I agree with you all too, but I'm not gonna lie. There's been a few years where I just, you know, been out of it.
Hey, man, what's the worst that can happen? Usually polling places, especially now that they have early ballots and at-home ballots, usually it's not very many people there, right? So you get in, you vote, you get out. It's done. So
Right.
really, what is it costing you in your time? Because it's free to vote, and it's really doesn't take that long to vote anymore because, you know, there's really no lines at the voting places usually, right? Depending on the time of day you go. So for me, it's a no-brainer. Yeah, I want to vote. What's the worst that can happen? You know?
True.
Even if
So there you go.
it's
That's
somebody else.
That was that thing which Third Op posted, right? I continued the cycle of my own oppression today. You know, I thought that was great because there's truth to it, right?
Sure.
You know, and it's better to write in as somebody or, you know, or a third party than to not vote at all, in my opinion, too. Shit, there was a few offices that were going uncontested in our district. I wrote myself in, and so did Riddle Girl over here. So
Cool.
I got 2 votes, at least.
Wow.
Cool. And me and the daughter were talking about that, right? Because they don't allow write-ins on the uncontested ones.
Really?
Yeah. Now you're allowed to write in on everybody else, right? If there's a contested ballot, right? More than 2 people on it, they let you write in, right? But on the single ones, on the ones where it's just Democrats running for some important shit, right? Like county clerk and comptroller and shit like that, they won't let you write somebody in.
Wow. If it makes you feel any better, Stinger, I voted for you here in Indiana.
Right on.
Right. What's up?
There he is, the man of the hour.
All right.
One of these years,
that.
I wanted to start campaigning on YouTube or something. Yeah.
Right. Well, you better do it. You better do it before hopefully the Democrats ain't gonna be able to push any more this crazy legislation. But otherwise, it was going to be considered political speech, and they could then stop you and control you and make you register and all kinds of shit if you talk. And the Green Dragon would have to be shut down. You know what I'm saying?
Well, fuck, I might just start up a whole campaign, Stinger for 2016, man.
Hey, Mule, have you seen that it looks like they're calling the Illinois governor race
Are they?
for the Republican?
Sweet.
What?
Fucking Durbin was the one I was more worried about than I was Quinn.
Not Cuomo won.
Yeah. I heard that.
Fucking homo. I mean, Cuomo.
I really can't believe that with the kind of shit that and I don't even live in fucking New York no more, right? And yet, it is my home state, so I still pay attention. And the amount of shit that fucking Cuomo's done, and he's going to end up in jail. He's going to end up like a fucking Illinois governor, right? And yet these people still keep voting for him. Fucking ridiculous shit.
No, the problem is
Look at our
that
boy Marion Barry.
New York City. I mean, you get most of the population within the state lives in New York City, and they all tend to vote one way. It's like that with every major metropolis.
And it's the lower half of the state, right? Because it's not even just the city anymore. The city people are spread out to Long Island and further upstate, so it's a little bit. It's like about maybe 10 counties of New York, all in the lower part of the state. But yeah.
Well, I'm just glad that I wasn't the only person that went out and continued his own oppression today.
Oh yes. And I encourage it. But you know what? Because like I've said, the right for me to bitch, I have to, in my own head, I have to do that. And the right for me to be able to fight against it, again, means I have to participate up until that point.
I'm not a fan. I really dislike that argument that if you don't vote, you can't bitch. It's like saying, it's very progressive of you to, like, people want to put restrictions on my right to exercise my First Amendment in the form of bitching.
I'm not saying you can't. I'm only talking about myself.
No, I'm speaking in generality.
Yeah, I agree with you, Third. I agree.
Right. I don't say, I don't ask for your voter registration card to come in a Dragon, right? So,
you asked for mine. What the fuck?
No, not to mention, it's your First Amendment right not to vote.
Yeah.
You know?
So, yeah, but I just know my own feelings. I don't think, and I said that, I tried to clarify when I said I. You know what I mean?
No, like I said, I was just speaking in general terms, because it's a real popular argument. It's like the whole third party candidate argument. Like, if you vote for a third party candidate, you're just throwing your vote away, and it's like nobody bothers to take the time to look at, just to consider. Like, I know exit polling is not an exact science, but people refuse to break down that number. Like, those people that voted third party, if you said you can only vote Republican or you can only vote Democrat, there are going to be some that vote Democrat, there are going to be some that vote Republican, and there are going to be some that just refuse to vote.
Right. And
they refuse to break that number down.
I was talking to, I was in another chat just before this one, and we were talking with Artisan Tony, and the other night we had this discussion in his own chat about how, if you think libertarian, you need to vote libertarian, because the more people that vote libertarian, the more times you're going to see libertarian candidates on the ballots in whatever race, right, from local to national. And as he was talking about earlier this evening, about how when he was in there voting, because we had this discussion, he started to look and notice the libertarian candidates. And for some of the ones that he wasn't as strongly Republican about, he ended, well, he didn't say who he voted for, but he was discussing how he was thinking about it, because we're voting not for ourselves, we're voting for our grandchildren and our children and the future generations of what they're going to have to deal with when we go out there and participate. And if we want change, we have to start instilling it now for it to end up happening 50 years from now. So just to say that, libertarianism is creeping along steadily. You get solid conservatives starting to look at libertarian candidates and go, they're more speaking to me than I thought. So I agree, it's not a throwaway vote when you vote libertarian or any third party.
Well, a lot of people also like to do the I just seriously just went fucking total brain fart. I have no fucking clue what I was getting ready to say.
Oh, good. I do it all the time, Third.
Jesus.
Welcome to
I do it all the time.
Right? So we got 18 people watching.
Yeah. We don't got too many comments. I was going to do a little shout out, but I'll do my regular shout out.
Some of the news that were out there. But Haas is also pulling a chat. G had another chat to head off to with Haas. So some of ours.
I'm not worried, brother.
Neither am I, but some of our people end up going watching that, and then they'll come back to ours later.
It's all good. Just doing my duty, doing my shift.
Right. All good. Oh, hey, Kevin Stoll was out there asking earlier today if you were doing it. So
oh, yeah. What's up, brother Kev? I'll get you in. I'll get some more links out there.
I sent one to Rev, see if he wanted to come out. And
what's up, brother Jay Watterson? Always QC. Jimbo, I sent you a link too, brother. Not that you need one.
If nothing else, watching the folks on MSNBC meltdown is well worth it.
We got 20 viewers. We're good.
They got a comment about the title for today's or the subject for today's chat.
Uh-huh.
Okay, it was election day. Does it count? It may count, but it does not add up.
Right? Only in Chicago, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't add up.
You notice you don't hear the word.
How is it that Holy Cross keeps voting? Holy Cross Cemetery?
Yeah. Over and over. You notice ever since Daley got out, you don't hear the word machine in there anymore, do you?
Oh, don't believe it, man. Everybody in the fucking city hates Rahm Emanuel, but he's going to win.
Oh, yeah, right.
right? Even though there's probably plenty of people that ain't voting for him, right? But he's going to win.
Right, but you
Why?
know,
Because where's been all this electronic shit trouble? The most, at least. It's been in my state, Illinois, right? There's like 8 reported incidences of these voting machines switching votes.
yep. I read that today.
Right here in my own state. So, and here's the funny thing about it, right? When you think about it, how many people are really paying attention to what the fuck they're doing? Well, we know that less and less every day, right? So how many people before the election judges were told to pay attention were voting and their votes were getting swapped and they don't even know? They don't have a paper record of it, nothing, right?
Right.
That's why I'm glad my county still does paper voting.
It does.
Yeah. Oh, fuck yeah.
Shit, we even out here in the cornfields, we got electronic.
Wow.
Yet there is a paper. It reads it electronically. You know what I mean? But it's like those old tests in school where you mark it with a pencil, pen, whatever. You have to darken the circle.
Now this one here, you got to push buttons and then advance.
Nope. Paper. You gotta read shit. You gotta actually have a knowledge of the English language.
Well, yeah, you have to read and decide which one you want, and then you poke the button.
Yeah, well, see, you still have to work a pen, so it's more tactile. And
Oh, yeah, we don't have to.
it's not going to switch votes, right? You have to do that with a paper or go get a new ballot, right?
Yeah, they
And
can fuck ours all they want.
you're not going to mistakenly vote for a Democrat when you want to vote Republican,
Correct.
right, with a paper ballot.
Right.
And that's
Yeah.
why I'm glad my county has kept that, right? Now, when they put it through the machine, it reads it like any high school test, right? So it reads the place you darken and counts your votes then. So I don't know what happens after that. But I know when I did my vote, and they actually keep the paper ballots just in case, that I marked my paper ballot the way I wanted to vote.
It's the way it should be all the way across the board.
Yeah. So, hey, third up, you said that MSNBC is losing their minds?
Right now they're pretty calm. There were some colorful talk earlier.
I haven't watched it in so long. I didn't think to watch it tonight when I knew they were, the progressives were going to lose.
That's the only reason I have it on, because there was all the talk about, Republicans are going to win this, it's supposed to be this big, huge thing. So I was like, I'm going to turn it on fucking MSNBC and sit through that bullshit for a little bit.
Right, just to watch them lose their minds. I watched the Young Turks tonight to watch them lose their minds a little bit.
Did you really?
Oh, yeah, it was
My
fun.
news page says, breaking, Republicans cinch control of the U.S. Senate.
Yeah, most people are already calling it.
There's a reason to vote for Republicans right there, just to see MSNBC lose their fucking mind. 'Cause that shit's funny as hell and worth it, man.
Oh, yeah.
Well, did you guys hear what the fucking Republicans did to Tim Scott?
No.
First black senator ever elected by the state of South Carolina. Fucking Republicans started calling him an Uncle Tom and oh wait, no, I'm sorry, that was Democrats. Because Republicans, not to get caught up in the whole left-right thing, but because Republicans are so racist.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
they voted for the first black senator, right?
But he's now an Uncle Tom. They're using a racial slur against this guy.
Well, but it's funny, and I love getting in these arguments with Democrats sometimes, because who freed the slaves? It was Lincoln. Okay, what party was he?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's not the same Republican Party. Okay, so let's go to the 60s. Okay, do you think it was the Republican or was it Dixiecrats that were fighting against them in the civil rights movement? Oh my God, they were Dixiecrats, weren't they? So
How about the Klan?
The South.
Yeah, not to mention the Ku Klux Klan.
Time again to Reconstruction and go look at who put in the Jim Crow laws. Oh my gosh, damn, there were D's in front of these fuckers.
They just found a new form of slavery, is what it is. Let's give you free shit. That'll enslave them.
Yeah. Well, but it doesn't enslave them, right? What happens? Think about it. There's more black men in jail than there ever was enslaved. Right? So their destruction of the family has given rise to our fucking prison population. Right? So now you have more black men technically enslaved in prison than you ever did in the South. But nobody wants to look at it like that, do they?
No, because that's uncomfortable.
Yeah, it really is for a lot of people.
We're so scared of being called racist. A lot of white people voted for Obama just because they didn't want to seem racist, which is totally racist. But
You know, I was thinking today what would be one of the best speeches for the president campaign would be that the number one issue that he's going to take care of would be the whole American Indian or Native American Indian debacle. You know, that's the oldest fucking problem in these United States. And it's time they should fix it.
I thought they got casinos.
Well,
Yeah.
two of them did, but the rest of them, you know, they're starving to death and all that shit.
And a lot of that has to do with their own tribal councils and shit.
Yeah, they fuck over Indians. Fuck over Indians quite often.
Yeah,
Well,
way more than the Great White Father in Washington does anymore.
So that's beside the point. Let them do what the hell they want, but you know, give them some of their fucking.
No, you're not saying that, right? Because we gave them the right to be able to do casinos and have their own tribal councils and do their own tribal governments and do their own tribal police and do all that shit, right? You go live on tribal land, you're not subject to the United States' shit, right? And then they fuck up their own people, and they come out and say, "Hey, white guys, you need to do more. Hey, Washington, you need to do more." Well, no, you can do whatever you want on your land, they said.
Well, I'm not all adept at it. You know what the hell what they get to
Well,
do.
they were doing.
But
Well, if you want to talk reparations, that's a whole different thing, right? If they want payback for the blankets given by the British, you know, I can't do nothing for them at this point.
well, you know,
I'm all for their sovereign nation, right? I think they should have Indian reservations where they can. It's their own government, right? Their own country,
yeah.
and the U.S. government should have no say in that whatsoever. However, when Indians then decided, hey, if we're our own sovereign nation, we can have casinos. Guess what? The government saw they were making a lot of money and said, nope, we're going to tax you. Now you got to pay us to have those casinos. There's something wrong with that shit right there. If they're their own fucking country, they shouldn't be paying taxes to the U.S. government. But backroom deals with Indians versus Indians, you know, they fuck themselves over more often than not.
Hey, Phil Couto, is that your name? Hold on a second. I'm going to do a shout out real quick, but I want to answer Phil Couto. No, I didn't vote for Grimes for governor. I voted for Rauner. Even though there was a third-party candidate, I knew that would be a waste of a vote. I wanted Quinn out.
Who was that?
And I knew Rauner had a chance of winning, whereas Grimes didn't. Right? And I always vote against the Madigans. I vote against, believe me, I know the political machine here in Illinois. But thanks for joining us, and Phil Couto's out there. Cowboy was out there, right? G was out there, me, Jay Watt, QC Hemp 420, and that's all the shout-outs for the moment.
Thank you for the 27 that are or 30 people that are watching us now. Thank you. I know we got a lot of other chats tonight, but...
Well, there's a bunch. A bunch of people are watching the races and what's going on. There are a lot of important races out there.
Right.
I mean, I was talking about it over on the other chat. I don't know if I started talking about it here. But Pennsylvania. I worried about that, right? Pennsylvania, a very gun-friendly state in the east, and now it's got an anti-gun fucking governor coming in, right?
Huh.
That's something that I worry about.
Absolutely.
I don't worry about it for myself. I don't live in Pennsylvania, but I still worry about it.
Hey, it goes around, doesn't it? It goes around.
Yeah.
Just because people, or just because one state thinks they don't have to worry and it's not them, it just doesn't get to them yet.
Well, I live in Illinois, and it's always here and like next to you. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
Quinn out of office was a big priority to me. I hated fucking Quinn. I think that motherfucker needs to go to prison for all this pension scandal and all kinds of shit that he did on his way up in Illinois. The only way you get to high office in Illinois is you're dirty as fuck.
And he never got caught, Mule, or they just didn't give a fuck?
He's under federal investigation right fucking now during the election, and none of the media talk about that shit, right?
No.
You don't hear fucking the Democratic machine fucking talking about how Quinn's under investigation by their own Justice Department because they can't not investigate the motherfucker for the shit he's doing.
You're right, because I haven't heard anything about it. Then I'm in Maryland, but...
Right, but still, you don't hear nothing about it anywhere, even here in the state of Illinois.
Wow.
You know,
And how long has that been going on, Mule?
Oh, the pension scandal thing, a couple of years now. It's fucking 4 out of 5 governors agree that Illinois prisons, take care of their governors. So.
Right.
You said something about Pennsylvania, Mule.
Yeah.
I don't know if they projected the Democrat candidate to win the governor.
Yeah, and that's bad news for the Second Amendment in Pennsylvania.
What's their legislature look like?
Well, that's what I don't know, right? I didn't pay that deep because I don't live there, right? And that's what makes you worry, right? Because it's a blue areaed state. It was a contested state in the last couple of elections, national elections. And it's very iffy. It's a right now it's a pro-gun state, but that could change very quickly.
Yeah.
Right? And again, because of that whole downstate corridor, right? So Philadelphia and Pittsburgh and all that shit, to where the industrial areas are now liberalized, right? So that and unionized to where they all vote blue, right? So you get a lot of problems in a lot of states because of shit like that, because of urban centers, and not urban in the sense of calling them a black area, but just in the densely populated areas of the state, usually are surrounding a city.
Man, I tell you what, looking at this, like even MSNBC's calling control of the Senate, the Republicans now. Some of these races, both in the Senate and fucking governors, are so close that I don't think that this will be settled for a while. I think there's going to be a lot of challenges, a lot of recounts.
I hope so. If I was a Republican, I wouldn't concede on anything at this point.
But it's funny because Malloy from Connecticut looks like he's losing. Hickenlooper from Colorado looks like he's losing.
Yeah. Well, the governor of Connecticut, and I know we don't have... I'd like to get Suburban Sentinel in here one time. But...
Singer's still here?
No, I don't think so.
No, he bounced.
Did you guys know if What's-Her-Nuts is up for re-election, or is she done?
No, she's not allowed to be reelected.
Oh, she served her terms?
Yeah, there's term limits in Arizona.
Okay.
And I'm hoping he'll come back on and let us know. But
I read an article earlier. I forget what it was about, but it was largely about her and policies that were put in place under her. So I was kind of curious as where she stood as far as election and term, her term served and stuff.
Right. Well, I know that both the Republicans for Colorado and Connecticut has said and stated publicly that if their legislature puts forth, a recall or whatever he needs to do to be able to change their recent gun laws, they would do it. Right? So I think that's a plus, and I hope that Colorado and Connecticut both get their their Republican governors. Get a Republican governor in there.
Yeah. Well, that's another good thing about Republicans taking the Senate. It's going to be less of a fear of any kind of gun legislation being passed.
I hope.
Less.
Is that Stinger back?
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Hey, Stinger, what's going on with how is your governor spot open for election this year? Or
Yeah, Jen Brewer's out, but she wasn't up for re-election. Well, she could have technically been because she replaced Janet Napolitano, right, in midterm when Obama took her, and she could have technically run again, but she decided not to, and we had Doug Ducey versus this other dude, but Ducey won. He's a Republican. Fred Duvall. Yeah. Daughter knew the other guy. Good job.
Sorry, Mil, I wasn't trying to cut you off. I just heard him come back in, and I wanted to ask him that question.
Yeah. And, you know, he's all right. I don't know too much about the guy who won. I know a little bit from the debates that I watched, but, you know, you never really know until you see him.
I'm just curious. It seems like they're putting a lot more emphasis than normal on the governor elections.
Yeah. It was kind of a lock, I think, here. I mean, it was a little bit close, right? The guy won by, like, he had 55% of the vote. So it's actually closer than I would have thought it would have been, but, you know, you get a lot of, there's a lot of Mexicans around here who, you know, have family in Mexico or, you know, like crossed illegally. And then, of course, there's voter fraud here just as there is anywhere else, I suppose. Although we do have to show ID when we go to the poll, either a voter ID card or your driver's license. So I don't know, maybe that helps.
Now you and your wife campaigned for a third-party candidate for governor or for
mayor. He was for mayor.
How did he do?
He didn't get past the primaries.
Oh, he didn't?
No. But he wasn't expecting to, right? I talked to him exclusively for a long time, and he's like, yeah, I don't think I'm going to win the primary. There's no way. But I'm hoping to get a debate, and I also want to show people that just because only one person's running doesn't mean that you can't change things if you think that things need to be changed, right? He didn't like the person that was on the Republican ticket, and he was going unopposed, at least in the primaries. And so he's like, no, I think he shouldn't run unopposed in the primaries, so I'm going to show people that, you know, you can, just a normal person can at least run. And he got, you know, third of the vote, so it's not too bad.
So they're calling it for Rauner. That is so fucking awesome. I hate it, Clint.
Like I said, a lot of these races are so damn close, though, that you're going to see a lot of fucking, I demand to recount.
That's always fun, isn't it?
Well, a couple of these gained seats in the Senate are pretty close, too, so I can see those being contested for a while, too.
Yeah. Is MSNBC still holding out hope on a few of them, I wonder? It's not over yet!
I've got it muted at the moment because my son started to stir. He's asleep on the couch.
Yeah. That shit's funny. But, you know, the same can be said last election, you know, 2012. We had on Fox News that one guy who was like, oh, Ohio's not done voting yet. We don't really know. And he was a whole bent out of shape that everybody was calling it for Obama already. And Paul Rudd, or no, not Rudd. I don't remember.
Ooh, goodness gracious. Oh, what a surprise. Greg Abbott won Texas.
I am kind of interested in seeing where Colorado falls. That used to be a very red state until people from California started moving there in droves.
Yeah. Well, Hickenlooper's trailing right now.
Yeah, Hickenlooper's trailing good. But that's your problem in Arizona.
Yeah, that's why we had Napolitano for a few years. Well, I wasn't here, so I'm not responsible for that. I was in Wisconsin. I got Scott Walker elected before I left Wisconsin, and, well, I voted for him, right? And we left, like, the next week. We knew we were leaving to go to Arizona, I was like, fuck, I gotta move our move back until after the election. I gotta vote for Walker.
Just remember the first time when he won the recall, it was the end of democracy as we know it.
Oh, I know, that was great. I loved it. The drama on the TV then when they finally got him recalled and MSN. That was when I was watching MSNBC. I don't have cable anymore, but you know, watching them like all happy and shit that he got recalled, and then when he started really doing well and they knew that he was going to win the recall, they're all, well, he's, you know, we got the Koch brothers and all these people pumping in billions of dollars. Okay, that's what it is. Whatever.
I just remember that grown-ass man crying on TV, "Democracy died today."
Yeah, that shit's funny.
Yeah, Hickenlooper's down by like 20,000 votes right now. 80% in.
Sweet. I just had to turn down my fucking TV. It was annoying me.
Fucking, I saw Tony's post today on Facebook about the fucking end of the world or some shit because he voted a straight Republican ticket.
Yeah.
This is actually one of the few times I haven't recently. I mean, I usually, I wouldn't say all Republican, I guess. I vote for Libertarians and Independents once in a while, too. But today was the first time since '92 that I voted for a Democrat.
You voted for a Democrat today?
Yeah. The Republican was shady as all shit. She wouldn't debate the person. She didn't do any interviews for any non-biased news organizations. She was only going on the ones that gave her softball questions and shit. And she wouldn't debate that. She did one debate with a guy, and the only reason she did that was because if she didn't, she would lose out on some campaign financing. So no, man, that's just shady shit right there. You got to be willing to go on both the good and the bad news programs. Shit.
Mm-hmm.
And the Democrat wasn't that bad, right? You know, for he was an Arizona Democrat, so it's not as bad.
Okay. So what was he? Is it a state thing or a...
Yeah, it was for school superintendents.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I can understand why you'd be distressed, but willing to do it. Because you know what, I always think let's get the best person for the job. You know, it doesn't just matter whether I agree 100% with what they have to say or whatever fucking little symbol is before their name. What matters most is they're the best person for the job.
They got, in my mind, I'll vote for a Democrat like I did today, as long as they think they've honestly got to think that what they're going to do is going to benefit and help the community or the nation or whatever. If they think what they're doing is right for the people and truly believe that, I'm a lot more inclined to vote for them other than, oh, you know, we got to bring up war on women and all this other shit, you know, just to get fucking elected, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You try to push the nation or the state forward in a positive direction, I'm all for it. And, you know, I probably would have voted for Kennedy back in the day, you know, because Kennedy was a lot different of a Democrat back then than what we have nowadays. And the same thing with that guy that I voted for today, you know, he wasn't the kind of Democrat we see running nowadays in a lot of these elections, you know. He was actually trying to do some good shit for the schools. And both of them were against Common Core, so that was a draw.
Well, like I said, you know, and I can agree. If he's the best man for the job, then yeah. You know, that's the one to vote for. Who do you think's best? I mean, like I said, I mean, you're participating. I can't argue, even when you do shit that I don't like. You know what I mean? You're participating. Not you in particular, but anybody. You know. At least to me, at least you're in.
I do enjoy a educated voter, not one that's like, I'm voting Democrat because I'm black, and I was told to vote for Democrat.
Well, because my union told me to.
Yeah.
That's what I can't stand the most. Everybody takes that race card shit to the votes and vote for the wrong people just because of their color or their skin or their nationality and, oh, I'm going to go vote for him because he's a Jew, or I'm going to go vote for him because he's German, but I don't really give a shit what he says, but he's German, so I'm
A
going to
lot of people voted for Obama the first time because they wanted a black president.
Of course.
But it's not even that. I mean, you can take it to that, but just look at how the unions do it, right? Unions do the same thing. All because you have a D in front of your, even if having an R in front of your name means that, you know, they're more in line with your particular personal politics, the unions tell you you have to vote D because we told you so. Now, do people follow it into the booth with it? I don't know, but I'm sure a lot don't, but some do. My union told me to vote Democrat, so I'm voting Democrat.
Well, they use the fear tactic too. You know, if you don't vote for this way, then your union we're gonna be like Scott Walker up in Wisconsin, and they're gonna do away with the union, and you're gonna get paid less.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. It's not even just a black-white thing. It's all of it. They use everything to be able to get you out there and tell you what to do. Churches do the same thing. Well, we're going to extradite you from a church if you don't vote either for Obama or against Obama, right? Because you see it on both sides in that particular aspect, right? You know, and it's like God's going to hate you one way or the other, whether, you know, you vote fucking for or against him.
Damn if you do, damn if you don't.
Yeah, I avoid those churches. If a church does that, that is not the place that you need to be. Whether even if it agrees with you, you know, oh, you should vote for Republican. Well, I vote for Republicans, but I ain't going to be a part of a church that tells me I should, or I'm going to go to hell, or at least, you know, have to answer to God at judgment why I did that. Fuck that shit, man. That's not. No.
Right.
Even
Now,
if it's my party.
I don't mind if a pastor gives their opinion on who you should vote for and tells you how they feel about it, but to condemn you for voting your conscience?
Yeah. My pastor's very conservative, but he doesn't go up. I mean, he has some political in his speech, you know, in his sermons, but in no way, shape, or form. Usually not. Usually you have to talk to him on a one-on-one in order to find out what he really thinks, right? But there's no condemning on that. We have plenty of Democrats in my church. They all get along. Depends on where you go, man. You know, each church is different. It's not even a religion. It's each church in that religion. Because I'm a Seventh-day Adventist, right? But I've been to a lot of Seventh-day Adventist churches that I don't want to have anything to do with because of the people in them and, you know, the way they run their church.
It's not the church, it's the people in the church.
There you go. Right there, yeah.
And that, you see a lot of that. Just
I'm a Christian. I'm a Christian. I'm a believer of God. I go to a Seventh-day Adventist church, you know. But if they disagree with something I think later on, I'm gone. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, that's how those Greek churches are, brother. They got some of them got fucking more drama than Sports Illustrated, more issues than Sports Illustrated. Excuse me, and it's just, you know, it's all those behind the scenes. It's all those behind the scenes shit. You know what I mean? That you're not there for. That's not what it's all about. You know. I don't know.
Yep.
Riddle Girl just shared some with me that came up earlier today, and I've seen all the stuff on it, where you know, Michelle Obama said something about, you know, go vote Democrat and then you can go eat chicken, you know, go eat some fried chicken.
Oh Lord, here we go.
Mrs. Filthnut.
Well, because she actually did say these things. I followed up on the story. I don't have the exact.
I'm not gonna lie. I went and voted and had chicken. I was on my lunch break, so I took her advice.
Right. But you were supposed to vote Democrat, so hopefully you didn't take.
Damn it.
What's everybody doing?
The one time it's okay to eat fried chicken. It's okay to splurge because you did such a good thing today by voting Democratic.
Right.
How racist is that anyway? Have some chicken. Have some fried chicken.
Yeah. And I'm surprised she didn't say go use your EBT card to get it. You know, hey, we can do an extra $20 on your EBT card. Go get some chicken.
Watermelon too.
Fuck yeah, and it's ridiculous, but this is the kind of shit that they play to. They pander to the lowest possible as much as possible.
Did you say chicken or chitlins?
Chicken.
Chicken.
No damn killing.
Yeah, I know.
Chilling.
Nasty shit.
If you guys need a good laugh, head over to. Is that my feedback?
I don't think so.
I can see. Hold on. Right now, it's gone.
Okay. I was worried that I was feedbacking.
No,
But if you need a good laugh, head over to Facebook and find the media outlets posts on Republicans taking control of the Senate and read the fucking comment section, dude. You'd think a Republican just walked into some of these people's houses and punched their grandma in the face.
We're taking away your Medicare and your Social Security. Granny, we got a cliff to push her over.
Why so serious?
Hey, G, can you send an invite out to Tony and HDP?
No doubt. Oh, yeah, I'll do it again. Sure.
Well, no, I just saw him come on to Facebook, so.
Okay.
It's funny how this shit works, though. It's the same. Isn't it the exact same way this all panned out during George Bush? George Bush had the first 2 years of Republican control, and then midterm he barely won it, but he lost the either the House or the Senate, and then in 2006 he lost even more than that. And it's like the same exact thing, but opposite of what's going on now.
And we can go back even further, right? To this is the exact same thing that Clinton had happen to him, right? And then what happened, right? The House and Senate, well, the House started putting forth impeachment procedures, right? And that distracted everybody from the real fucking governing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they lost the Senate for they lost everything for years after that because they pissed off the American people. I hope this time around that they leave the past in the past. Don't go after Obamacare yet. Don't wait till you get a Republican president. Work towards getting a Republican president in next, right? 2016, if they want to do that strategy. So work on governing, right? Getting the things done that need to get done.
Well, ain't nothing going to get done because anything that goes to Obama's desk, because nothing's been getting to his desk because Reid had been shutting that shit down.
Get it to his desk. Let him fuck you over, right? So then that way the Dems carry that shit, right? And when he starts doing that all the time, then you have more of an argument, even in the Senate, right? Of saying, listen, we can override this. We can override his veto. Mm-hmm. It's not impossible, right? Because it's up to the House and the Senate to actually write and make law. And they can also go there and start doing away with a lot of these fucking stupid, repetitive laws and regulations that are in place that allow like the BLM and all these other fucking agencies to make up their own laws. They've gotten so tired of actually doing their fucking jobs that they farm it out to all these fucking agencies. Well, if the Republicans want to win, they got to show that they can actually govern and start reining some of this shit in.
That's what you do. Just get shit passed and send it to him. Put it on his desk and make him the scapegoat.
And if the Republicans...
Anyone else think he's just stomping around the White House right now? Fucking Republicans, man.
Hey, what's up,
Jim?
Jim?
Like he was going to do anything else.
So Jim Strawman, continued the cycle of his own oppression today, but not Jim.
Yeah, that's my buddy Todd. I'll have to ask him how he voted because he supposedly changed his voter registration to being, when he signed, he was the agent for the voter, not the voter. So let's see how that worked out for him. Sounds like Neil had fun at the range. Had a good day. That's cool.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I had a great day at the range, right? And I got, like I said, I went and voted. I went and continued the cycle, and then I went to the range, and then I smoked some killer bud. So blew some shit up. You know?
Well, the Bumski's got like a flat surface. It's on the right side, right? Can you modify it somehow to make one for the left side so it work on the left hand?
Well, they sell it.
Yeah, they sell it. Sorry.
Motherfucker. No, they sell a left-hand finger rest, but I didn't buy that because I'm not left-handed.
Is there I don't know. I'm not really getting a close look at the part, but is there some way that you can just jerry rig something?
Well, I mean, if it was mine, yeah. If it was mine, there would be altercations made and shit, but it doesn't belong to me. It was just a gift my buddy was sending me to try, and I'm sending it back to him unmolested.
And besides, it's all solid aluminum, and it's really not that cost effective to jerry rig it anyway. Because if you bought one, you can just say you want it with a left-handed one from the factory, and it doesn't cost anything extra. If later on you want to have it left-handed, like if I gave that to Mule, then he could go to Fostech and have them send him one. I think it's like $10 or $15.
Right. So yeah, it doesn't make sense to do that. And I wasn't going to order something that isn't mine.
Well, it's cool. $10. You can
play
switch
with
it over then.
And it was a lot of fun. And man, I can tell you what. Thank God it's not mine.
It's hard to keep yourself in ammo with that damn thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Top with ammo factory.
Yeah, I'd need one right in the back of the truck. An ammo factory just kicking out loaded magazines.
Well, luckily I usually have that on a 12 gauge shotgun, and it's a little bit cheaper than 7.62. So.
Yeah, tomorrow's National Buy Ammo Day.
And yes, I plan on doing that, and I'm going to make a video of cleaning my rifle.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
The proper use of the solvent trap is going to be the video.
Yeah, it's nice that it's camo. That's cool.
Yeah.
All right. Don't drop it in the woods. You'll never find it.
Well, it doesn't leave the house,
Yeah.
So.
All right.
Never Enough Ammo had something about zombie gun being painted green because the zombies can't see that color, and it says, well, just powder coat your bullets green, and they won't see them coming.
Wow, so I didn't know zombies go colorblind?
I don't know. That's kind of what he was implying, though, that the zombie green it's camouflage to zombies or something.
That's more expertise than I actually have. I didn't know.
It kind of makes sense, I guess. All their sensors are dampened. Maybe.
Well, I know they don't seem to lose their visual acuity, so. Or maybe it's just the smell of blood turns their heads that way. It's not really they're actually seeing.
So,
I think it's more of a tunnel vision. Go ahead.
If they have reasonably good visual acuity, that means they can vote, I guess.
Well, hell, if the zombies live in Chicago, they already voted. Straight Democratic ticket, along with Holy Cross Cemetery and all the rest of the cemeteries surrounding Chicago.
Yeah,
all
at least
voted
5 times, right?
Oh yeah, what's up, HD?
HD's in his house.
I come in here and you guys talk about how the things are going to get better. You guys have lost your minds.
Hey, think.
I don't know if it's going to get better. Okay, I mean, you hope for the best, right? But prepare for the worst. I still think we need a revolution and all the rest of that. But me, and only me, in my case, I think I need to participate, which is why I voted today for my, to continue the cycle of my own oppression, right? And to be able to do that, I have to go out and vote. So that way, to me, it makes me feel comfortable enough to bitch and fight against the government, right? Because I'm actually participating in the government and it's not going my way. So.
Right.
Tony, where'd you go, brother? Come on back. Come back home.
Is Third still on here? I heard him talking.
Third's here.
Alright.
So,
The voice of reason amongst the...
yes. Well, not so much. But not anymore. And actually, that's who I stole this picture from, was from Third Op.
Yeah, I saw him post that today.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, oh, that's awesome. Damn, why didn't I think of that? And before the election, and made a bunch up and handed them out to the voters.
And see, it's partially a false statement because it's not true in a constitutional republic, but we don't function that way.
Yeah, not
That's
anymore.
the problem.
Yep.
That's the problem. If we function the way we're supposed to,
Yeah,
we would have no
You
problem.
wouldn't be able to vote on other people's stuff. You know?
Yeah, I do.
And
So how'd the voting go in your state today, over in Nevada? What were you guys?
there were long lines up here. I know there were lines up, and everything closed at 7, and there were people. They had to leave places open because if you're in line, you know, you get to vote if you're in line by 7. So they were still voting up till, I think, almost. They may not close till now. I don't know.
Damn.
I just got home a little bit ago, so I didn't get to update myself yet.
Well, is Reed up for?
No, unfortunately. But if he gets kicked out of the majority.
Well, he's already lost. He's already lost
Yeah.
the leadership position. Yeah.
Oh, they called it. I saw
Yeah.
they were like 4 out of 6 or whatever.
Yeah.
Which, it is what it is. I don't know if it'll do anything. I'm not as optimistic on that front.
Well, I don't know if anything will do anything, right? Like I said, I'm still of the position that we need to take them down by force. But
Small victories, man. Small victories. Come on.
Well, I
man.
think the biggest thing is people need to really be involved in what goes on in their local area and what affects them directly. Your county and your sheriff and your mayor and your whatever else is local.
right, and that's where we do that by voting, right? So even if you're not voting for the national stuff, voting for your local stuff is still a win for you if you do it right.
Yeah,
I just sent you a link, Ted.
I don't think anything national is going to get fixed unless the Federal Reserve is gone. Until we get rid of the central bank, the national picture is not going to change.
And we gotta try and look for the lemonade. Even though don't try and sell it on your front lawn anymore without a permit.
Right. It's got in on the Federal Reserve's business. They can't tax it.
Right. But yeah, I mean, I'm glad to see that it looks like my state at least is voting out our governor, who I hated. They voted back in Dickie Durbin, which I don't get. I don't understand. I don't get it. But what can you do?
Yeah, is Tony in here, or did he?
He was. He's trying to find his way back.
I was going to give him a hard time. He said he voted straight Republican, and I was going to beat him up for that.
Oh yeah, why?
He said he voted straight Republican. That's like the worst thing you could do.
Yes, he did.
I've been a member of the party central committee, and haven't voted straight ticket in I don't think ever. I think back about it. Because there's enough third party candidates and none of the above marks to make that.
Right. Well, I mean, it depends. Probably for his local candidates, the best choices were, between a rock and a hard place.
He's got. I mean, I'm talking about. I mean, we have a lot of similar candidates with, different state positions and stuff, to where you don't have to vote straight Republican.
Right.
Or you should. In my opinion, you shouldn't, especially him. I know how he feels on a lot of things.
Yeah.
But I mean, there may be other situations. I'd be interested to see how his sheriff race went, because we thought it was a shoo-in for Lombardo, but I don't know what's going on down there.
Yeah, I'm wondering too, because it'd be nice to see. I'd like seeing shoo-ins not make it.
Right.
I always pull for underdogs when I can. Hey, G, love those fucking earplugs. Let me tell you,
What, bro?
those earplugs. I just pulled them off from around my neck.
That money.
They work nice. I like them.
I like I like that string. That string. Gizmo, you did. That made a lot of sense. I should have did that myself.
Well, it's funny, that's how I still have them, right? Because I yanked them out of my ears when we were done, and they just hung around my neck, and I forgot about them until just now.
That's a beautiful thing. Oh, man. Sorry.
Smoke another one, G. Come on.
I'm just getting over a cold.
Oh, okay. Yeah, all right.
I'm just fucking haven't had my NyQuil yet.
That's the problem. That's the problem when the purple gorilla shows up, right?
That would be Kush. Oh boy.
NyQuil.
Oh, no. Oh boy. Whew. Cheese and crackers.
Right.
How does the new generation do it these days? Oh man.
Cheese and rice, you mean?
Whew. I tell you, boy, shit's like laced up with some purple haze.
Who's that covered in tinfoil?
Damn, where you been at?
I'm pretty sure that's Jim and his buddies. I don't know.
I thought so.
No, that's actually me and the rest of the crowd here at the Dragon, isn't it? From one of the Third Ops Dragon pictures.
I thought I just
it
heard.
was from Jim. I don't know.
I just heard Tony.
It's an old picture.
I heard Tony too.
What the fuck is going on?
Everybody's showing up as a dragon. That's why.
That's why I turned my shit.
Do you guys hear about Anal 101 at Harvard in one of the courses is what in the butt?
I heard about Anal
Oh,
102.
teacher too. I heard about that.
Don't forget the Greek man knows about the 102.
one of the courses in Anal 101 is what in the butt.
I just what my cigarette butt on my motherfucking sock. God bless it. Fucking around.
What kind of country we're living in. I love it. Fucking
Yeah, we got fucking bitches doing donkeys, fucking horses, fucking all kinds of shit.
dude, you're gonna be able to marry whoever and whatever you want and do whatever you want in like the next 5 years.
We talked
You'll be
about
able-
that today and
you'll
last
be-
night.
You'll be able to marry your dog, have sex
Here
with
we
it.
go. Here we go, mule. Here we go, Sting.
You mean I can't do that?
Here we go. Here we go, third. Here we go.
I'm just saying, not even in a funny way.
I agree with you 100,000,000%, my brother.
I'm just saying.
And you're speaking the
Technically.
truth. You're speaking the truth. It's fucked up these days, bro. They're trying to push the shit down our throats, and I'm not ready.
Hey, so all you gotta do is go up to DC though now and go get your bud skis.
I know. We'll talk. We'll talk.
Yeah, legal DC pass. I wonder what Congress is going to do about that.
Damn, I'm wearing the wrong hat tonight.
They fucking had they're calling the vote for medical marijuana in Florida rejected. They needed to hit 60% and they're at 58%.
Here we go.
58% of the population wants it, and that's still a majority, but they're making them get the 60%.
You don't want to get Mayor Barry involved.
All the counting ain't done yet, right? Even in Florida. So.
Well, they're calling it as rejected already, so.
But that's see here. The media calls shit all the time, and they call it fucking wrong.
Just like Reb said a good statement today. You know, remember when he said, he was like, gee, I don't give a fuck if your senator or mayor or whatever says that he likes to smoke crack and he bangs fucking hookers. At least you're honest with me.
Right.
You remember that? You know what I mean? I mean, that's what I'm talking about. Look at our boy Marion Barry down here. They love him. He likes to do H. He likes to smoke. He likes to bang chicks on the side. He likes the nightlife, the DC nightlife.
Likes to bite.
He likes it. Yeah. And you know what's funny?
That's Sharpton's boy.
And you know what's funny, HD? HD, you know what's funny? They love him here, bro. They fucking love him.
Hey,
Yeah.
It's one of the people. I mean,
It's what the people want, and it's
they just don't see it.
But Barry,
Outside of what he's doing,
Barry,
he's honest.
Barry
He's
wasn't. No, hell no, he wasn't honest. That motherfucker lied about that shit, and he went after motherfuckers. He went after motherfuckers for the crimes that he was fucking committing himself.
Of
He
course.
was crooked. He just wanted to have. He was just.
Of
He's like
course.
Obama playing golf. He just had his perks because.
Yeah, he didn't. Some people play golf. He liked to play crack. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, and some governors or some mayors like to smoke a little crack. Come on.
And some people like a little ganja. Some people like the, it's, the man showed his true colors, right? But the thing is, what I'm saying is, Red made a good point. I'd rather you just come out and say you're a scumbag and be honest about your shit, rather than trying to play like you're fucking Ronald Reagan and you're living like Nino Brown, you know?
Oh, especially when you're talking about all these people who, the rich, Koch brothers and the rich, these people, the rich are horrible people. Yeah, they got like 3 mansions and yachts.
And they're the ones who let it come through, Sting. These
Yeah.
are the motherfuckers that let the shit come through, and they're like, what the fuck? Really, fucko? You know what the fuck is going on. You know what the fuck is coming in this motherfucker.
They should be
really?
Fuckos the Clown.
The fuck out of here. Really? Really? Like, they don't know what the fuck is going on, right?
Right.
They don't want to get me started. I've been quiet this whole time, but I'll shut up. I don't really want to get the chat, get the external revved up. But it's all fucked up. It's all fucking. That's why I say, that's why I wanted to talk about tonight, and I threw that out there. Does your vote really count? And what does it really mean to you from now and for what it used to be? And I agree with what Mio said tonight. And everything you said is 100% right. But still, I agree with what Third said.
I think a lot of these major cities need to turn in their own fucking states. Okay? Because, all seriousness though, fucking Durban in my state, the only things he won were major cities, right around up Lake County, Cook County, right? Champaign County, College Town, right? Fulton, College Town, Jackson, across from St. Louis. You know what I'm saying? The only things he won maybe 5 counties and lost the rest of the state, and he's still going to win the fucking state. So he's still going to represent the people of this state, even though he only won.
See, and I think it should be a popular county vote, right? If one candidate wins a county, then they win that county, right? And whoever wins the most counties wins. But the problem is with the popular vote, of course, the city of Chicago with a couple million voters versus a rural area that still provides a lot of more shit than the city does with farming and all ranches and all that shit. They don't get much of a vote because there's less of them.
Yeah.
Don't you think it's turned into a popularity contest instead of them actually doing the right thing and being elected on for what they change or what they...
Yeah, we become a democracy. And a democracy
in Chicago, right? Because really, I mean, more dead people vote for Durban and Chicago than live people.
Like the cat that Mule was talking about in Illinois. When he should have been fucking out of there, 2 years ago, Mule?
Yeah.
When he started all that shit? That's when he should have he should have been bye-bye. And like I told Mule, I haven't even heard about the shit. I don't know what he was talking about, and his own state's not even fucking promoting what's going on. That's sad. Because it's a popularity contest, and they want the cocksucker to stay.
And that's what democracy is, and that's why they want us to be. That's why they want us to be a democracy when really we're a republic. We're not supposed to have mob mentality, mob rules.
And that's why I think it's important to start with your state officials, start with your local first, and go to your sheriff and. Like Brother Truth told me, see where he's at, see where his head's at, see if your state's a sovereign state, start with your sheriff and go from there.
And that's the only thing that should matter, because there shouldn't be enough power in D.C. to affect you.
I'm with you, brother. I'm with you, HD.
Hey, Tony. Is Tony still on here?
Oh, Tony. We'll get you.
Yeah, good news. That state question number 3, it looks like it's going to get smoked, so no taxes.
Yeah, I voted no on that. They said they didn't even have a chance. It was like...
Yeah, it's a 70% no right now, so it's getting smoked.
Yeah, it was like the teachers union and some other bullshit that were for it. Everybody else was against it.
They were trying to sell
What were they doing, HD?
It was a tax that they were trying to, a small business tax, basically, a margin tax.
Oh, Lord.
That would tax, your top gross earnings.
And how far did he get?
The money was supposed to go towards education, in quotes, and it's no 78% right now, so it's getting demolished.
Are you guys? Did you guys call the Senate already or no?
Yeah, they
Yeah.
called it.
You guys already talk about it. Everybody's
talk about whatever
calling
you
it
want.
already. Well, no, I'm just saying everybody's already calling it. I'm just saying, like, especially if you follow me on social media, dude, you know it's fucking all fucked up when I gotta vote all red.
Yeah, Tony, what's up with that? You know, you got other candidates other than just a red candidate, right?
No, I know. I'm just saying, I don't know. I voted for who I know, for the people I knew and shit like that. But I'm saying there was no Democrats on the whole fucking thing that I could vote for. And then there was a bunch of judges that were on there, and they were all nonpartisan. So it was just
You can only do what you can do, bro.
that's the easy way out. I voted for Vanderbeek.
Yeah, I did too. I was just looking at the numbers right now. He's got like 3%, 2.5% of the vote.
Yeah,
I didn't expect him to have he's not very popular just because he's kind of rough around the edges.
Yeah, but that's how crazy the governor race is. The governor race is a joke.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, a Republican just won Maryland, so you know it's got to be a bad night for the Democrats.
Yep. You would think we would have more Republicans here, but I think you got a lot of undercover Democrats. A lot of undercover here.
Well, I know that all we're doing is flipping the same fucking coin like Two-Face. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that's why, for the most part, I voted Libertarian, except in the races where my voice actually would count, and then I chose the best person.
There you go.
But there's plenty of races where my vote wouldn't swing it either way, and I can get the more third-party votes that get put in, or fourth party or fifth party in some states, the more people vote for anything other than the RRD, right? The more choices you're going to get on these election days. And if you pay attention and find out what people are where they really stand, then you can hopefully someday, if we continue this fucking experiment, right, get the right people in office. But I don't think we can continue it. I think we're just changing overseers.
I think the experiment died a long time ago, man.
Well, what's going to happen come next election cycle? Next election cycle, it's going to be, oh, the Republicans are doing so bad, and it's just going to be, the circle's going to continue.
Right.
Well, that's on them when you think about it.
That would be kind of, I don't know. Why don't we just call it a circle jerk? Because that's what it is.
Yeah, you're right. That's what it is. But they have the opportunity, right? If they win the Senate and they win all these new seats or whatever, then they have the opportunity to actually govern and show that they can do the fucking job of government while shrinking it, right? Because that's their basic platform. And give people hope. Don't look to the past. Don't look to all the shit that happened before. Look ahead and give people hope. That's how Reagan was able to con everybody into do all the shit he did.
Yeah,
right?
but I mean, if these motherfuckers could pull their heads out of their ass for 5 seconds, they took impeachment off the table. So, they're not gonna fucking threaten that motherfucker at all.
Good. Don't let him go play fucking golf. Why? Because if they threaten impeachment, the same thing that's going to happen now that happened 20, 30 years ago with Clinton. Right? Same fucking thing is going to happen. He's going to get impeached for whatever. Let's say the fucking birth certificate thing, right? And he gets impeached for it, or Obamacare, or whatever. Nobody's going to know that. They're going to say, "Oh, you finally got to impeach the black guy once you got in power. Ha ha ha! We're never voting for you again, right?"
Yeah, because you're
at this point, I don't give
They
a
don't.
fuck.
They don't have enough. They don't have enough seats to
Whoever's
impeach
falling
him
for that.
anyway.
Well, let me just finish my thought here. If they don't do that, right, they don't look back, but look forward, right, then they might be able to, if I cared, this is just a strategy because I think about this kind of crap, right? But if they look forward and actually govern and start dropping shit on Obama's desk, making him veto it, then the American people will say, well, at least look, the Republicans are trying, and they'll end up they'll give the presidentship to whoever the next fucking Republican that gets put up there is, right? Be it who, I don't even know who it is. I hope it's not a Bush.
Whoever Bush is in Texas won today.
Yeah.
I have a feeling Hillary's going to get a lot of votes just because she's a woman, and everybody wants the first woman president now that we've had the first black president.
I was going to bring it up. I was just waiting.
But if the Republicans in the House and the Senate actually start governing, doing their fucking jobs, right, then the presidency will be up. It will be over something stupid like that. And I don't think people are going to make that choice again. They're going to try and find the better person after this last debacle, right? They're going to go, okay, we voted for somebody just because of their skin color, right, plus or minus. Let's actually vote for the content of their character now. I hope so. That's my sunshine and fucking, honey and milk and honey kind of speech kind of thing. My optimism speaking out because I'm baked and still on a gunpowder buzz. Gunpowder and tannerite. Boom, baby!
Boom, boom, motherfucker.
Oh, still fun. And then I went straight from that, right, to whatever, relaxing a little bit, and then I come home and did an AK chat for a while, talking politics to a bunch of people who never talk politics to you.
Wow.
Getting them to agree on some shit and see it my way, it's shocking.
You had a full day today, bro.
And then I come in here and get to chill with my pals.
With your homies.
The homies. Still, just, man, you love watching shit blow up. I just do.
What's going to happen when Hillary, talking about blowing up, what's going to happen when Hillary becomes president?
I don't think it's happening.
I think it's
It doesn't really matter as long as the government changes. That's really what fucking, as long as that government continues to stay where it's at, I don't think shit's going to fucking change.
Dude, I'm sticking with my bet.
Yeah.
He ain't making it to 2016. So
I'm with Mule.
for all this talk, it's all just an exercise.
Dude, if anybody wants, man,
I'm just saying, what's going to happen, brother? What's going to happen when she becomes? I'm telling you, I got this feeling she's going to be the next one. I'm just remember the conversation. Remember this.
Hey, I will see you guys at Bundy Ranch. Okay. That's all I want to say to you guys. Out panels.
And it brings up an interesting point. It's like with Reed, his position now, that really leaves the door wide open for them to do whatever they want. I mean, they don't have to. He doesn't have any control anymore over any of that.
I'm not saying
there's a lot of power.
I'm not saying I wanted to.
So what do you think? You're saying that's a better outcome for Bundy Ranch, or what?
No, I'm saying it's worse. I'm saying the feds will be like, oh, well, we'll just take whatever Nevada we want, because Harry Reid's not going to make his deals. They're just going to run over him,
All she wants to do is fucking go to war and fucking. That's it.
Because he'll be voted out as minority leader, I think. I don't think they'll keep him as minority leader when they reverse it.
Hey, G, are you saying that Clinton's going to want to go to war?
Hillary.
Oh, dude, no. Ron Paul said it best
Doesn't she
tonight.
always? That's all her. Isn't that her scheme third?
No, Ron Paul said it best tonight, man. Fucking Republicans got control of the Senate. Expect boots on the ground everywhere.
Yeah. Well, we're going to have boots on the ground. I mean, either way, we have to have more war.
Yeah.
Well, they even have now that poll out to say over 50% of America is okay with it now that they saw them beheading videos. Come on.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Now you're going to have all kinds of propaganda, and the right wings will be like, oh, yeah, yay. It's going to be pathetic.
Look, think of it this way: you've got 2 years. The Republicans are going to go full retard, and then the country's just going to go to shit. So you've got 2 years to get your shit squared away, and then we'll see what happens.
But third, he cannot.
Retard in 08.
But third, he can't stay there. Correct? He's got to go.
Oh,
Obama. He's
Well,
got to go, or can he stay for another 2 years?
Oh, God, no.
Obama?
Right. He's got to go. Correct?
What are you talking about?
He's president for the next 2 years.
Yeah, he's got to go play golf. That's what he's got to fucking do.
Oh, yeah,
I'm
that's true.
not sure if I understand what you're at. His
got how much
term's not
long-
for
how much
another 2
longer?
years.
Okay,
Yeah,
he's
no,
got
he's
2
the
more.
president.
Right.
The
How
president
much
serves
longer?
for 4 years. He's got 2 years
Correct.
left.
Correct. I understand that. I'm just saying to you, I'm trying to play devil's advocate just because I hear
No, and I think that
Hillary Clinton,
party if they try and impeach Obama at this point.
because they say if she gets in, all she wants to do is just fucking, I understand what HD said, we're going to get boots to the ground, on the ground no matter what, but that's all she's about. War, and I understand that's what they want. And the people are starting to want more, to want
You gotta
war
fund
more.
the government somehow.
Right.
No, we got to make the bankers money somehow.
Well, that's true.
That's what they want. That's the only thing going on.
Hick and Loop are starting to fall more behind.
Where's that at?
In Colorado governor.
The guy that signed that 15-round magazine, man, that they admittedly can't enforce.
Yeah, he was like within 10,000 votes earlier, and he's about 20-some thousand behind now. It looks like.
So you're saying the Challenger's winning?
Yeah.
Oh, that's too late for Magpul to go back, I guess, huh? Whoops.
But did they ever fully shut down?
Fucking Lombardo's gonna win this race, man.
I was wondering, what was going to go with that.
It's 52% to 48%. They waited too long to get the other dude out there.
It's only 21% reporting right now, though.
I don't have the live. I mean, I have the semi-live.
I'm on the state attorney general site.
Can you put that link in there?
Somehow, I'm sure I will.
I'm not gonna lie, that's the only reason I voted is because we had a pretty fucking douchebaggy guy running for sheriff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like my district rep for Washington, he fucking wins every year by a landslide. So there was no point really voting for him. But the guy we had, the Democrat challenger, that was surprisingly popular, is a fucking commie douchebag. So
yeah, I think I got a good sheriff. I think my sheriff's gonna win this one. It's looking pretty good, so I'm pretty happy about that.
I gotta go check that result.
But it's only, like I said, 21% reporting, so we'll have to see. Yeah, that link's in the internal there, Tony, for the state site.
Yeah, it looks like that Horsford race is really close too. I hope that fool gets booted out. I'm not in his district or whatever, I guess. So.
Yeah, he's outside the city, mostly in North Vegas. Well, no, he's winning by what I'm seeing.
That's good, HD. That's good.
48. Says 48. Well, because Horsford's the one that made the comments about something we were terrorists.
Right. Yeah, he was the one that came out pretty, and that's his district too. That's where he represents. But it's pretty close, 49 to 46, with the Libertarian candidate and IAP candidate too involved in all that.
Fucking Dina Titus, that bitch is gonna win again. How about this boy? Still only 20, but she's whooping ass right now.
That's good, HD, that you had that many people, though.
What do you mean?
I mean, you had a lot of people, interact with the voting. They came and they voted, and you had people still.
Today? Yeah, that was local. That wasn't statewide, I don't think.
It's a good sign. Still a good sign. That people care. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think they're saying statewide the turnout was about 30%. It's higher in the north up here. Up here it's closer, probably a little bit less than 50, but quite a bit more.
Yeah, we didn't get hardly any turnout today. But they were saying some of that's because of early voting. So I don't know what the actual thing
includes all the early voting tallies, I believe.
Right.
If I looked at it right.
But apparently, like the Indian reservations are voting later, so they're saying how that's kind of not fair to the Democrats because Indians usually vote Democrats, and because the Indian chiefs or whatever decided to move the elections for Indian stuff until later, that now these Indians might not go vote in this election, and so their voice won't be heard. Well, they're fucking themselves again, aren't they? Yeah.
That's funny because, yeah, I mean the Navajo are pretty big out there. I mean, I know that. Oh, it's pretty close, Tony. It's 51% for Lombardo.
Hey, G, can you send Wild Iron a link?
No doubt.
Yeah, it's only a 6,000 vote separation right now for him. That's closer than I expected.
Well, they pushed hard. I mean, dude, it went from being all Lombardo stuff all the way since what is it is it the prime or not the primary? Is it the prime? I don't know what the fuck.
Yeah, the primary.
I don't know. I'm fucking gone right now. Yeah, but it was all Lombardo shit, and then this last, I'd say, like 2 months, I guess they said the police unions and stuff pumped a couple million, like, into this Larry Burns guy, and it was like his stuff took over everything. He had all the billboards, all the digital billboards, everything. So, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
In a lot of ways, that's where the propaganda feeds into people, right? And this is where money in politics matters so much. Because whoever gets their face out there more, whether they're standing for the people, well, usually because they have the money, they're standing for the corpse, right? People automatically, it's just a name recognition thing, right? People want the uninformed voter, right? The uninformed voter, and they count on them, is the name recognition thing. How do you think Durbin wins in 3 counties that all voted for, the Rauner for governor, right? Because Quinn and Durbin used to be connected, but obviously in those counties, Durbin disconnected himself from Quinn and was able to put his face out there enough to where when people got to the polls, they're like, "Oh, I've seen Durbin's name before. Bing, let me check that out." But I think there's going to be a lot of questions here, at least in Illinois, with all those electronic voting things having so many problems here in my state.
Well, people in Washington just got fucked. Washington State, that is.
How's that?
That 594 passed.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
What was that exactly?
The background check on all purchases or transfers of guns. So basically, if you and I were to go shooting in Washington and you wanted to shoot my fucking Glock or something, you would have to do a transfer.
Right, it was one of those very poorly written.
It passed with 60%.
Wow.
But that'll end up having it in court if it's that poorly written, right?
What's the
Oh, yeah, for sure.
They implemented the same law here in Illinois to where any sales, meaning transfer, not just handing you a gun, right? It's if I sell it to you, I have to then go through a background check and wait the same prescribed amount of days that an FFL has to go through.
Right.
Huh. Yeah, I think there's been a couple of those type of laws challenged and already beat up around the nation because they're so totally unconstitutional and just not well written.
For sure, but until an injunction's put in place for
like
a legal challenge, yeah, they're under that law. Which I'm not sure when it would. I don't know. Like here, laws like that don't go in effect until like July of the following year or whatever.
Right. For us, it was a January 1st law from last year.
Yeah, so I don't know if like this will go into effect immediately or if they have some kind of delay or whatever.
Hey Tony, I was looking at some of your down ticket stuff with the state assembly and state senators, and there's a lot of Democrat incumbents that are in trouble. You remember Michelle Fiore, who was like the only assemblyman that showed up out there at the ranch, kicking ass.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah, Fiore, she was one of the ones that was out there. She stayed like the week after too. She was down like the whole time, like 2 weeks.
Looks like Malloy's still losing, but he's closed that gap pretty good.
wonder where Reb is at.
I didn't know she was out at the ranch.
Yeah, she was. She was the only state representative that came out. State, state.
Oh
assembly.
yeah, I remember what you're talking about. Yeah, I'm seeing her face now.
He only had one state rep head out to Bundy Ranch.
Yeah. Well, that was her district, so that was the right thing to do. That's for sure. But she's like,
yeah, for
winning
her,
the
but you
landslide.
figure at least some of them would have tried to take advantage to politicize it for their own game a little bit.
Well,
That's
some of them made some statements.
Yeah.
The week it happened, and they were gonna come down, but when the whole thing went down on Saturday, I think they all kind of backed off.
Yeah, they're like, yeah, they can go hang out at home.
Well, I think that they were gonna come down until Cliven made the race the comments that was perceived as race comments or
Right.
whatever. That's where it was like politically toxic for them to not come
For sure.
down. You know.
I think they all still. A lot of people up here still back him, as far as the state reps up here back him. In what's the word? In spirit, I guess, or in their kind of.
I mean, we know what he's talking about and shit, and I didn't see it as, what everybody else sees it as, but it is what it is, and for politicians, it's all like, that's the thing about politicians, they gotta be all fucking, they gotta ride the fence all the time, they can't fucking never jump in fully, they always gotta fucking ride the fence.
Right.
I'm seeing Dina Titus is fucking whooping ass. Can't stand that bitch.
Dina Taxes.
Yeah.
Dina, Texas.
Yeah, she was in 2003. They pushed through an unconstitutional tax at the state legislature level, and it got overturned.
Seems like they're all getting like that.
Yeah, I mean, we have an amendment in our constitution, or that specifically says you have to have a 2/3 majority to raise taxes, and they pushed through without a majority, and it went all in the Supreme Court, and it was a big mess.
I bet.
It was that whole like assembly, all the assemblymen from that that voted for it all got booted the next cycle because people are paying attention, I guess you'd say.
Uh-huh.
It was a pretty big deal.
Sounds like.
Well, hey, G, you want to do a quick shout out to the room, or you want me to?
You got it, brother. My hands are a little messy. Yeah.
Yes, I do.
Thanks, brother.
Give them a quick shout out.
Yeah. Shout out.
Let's see. I said hi to Joel. Hi, Joel. I'll say it again now. Northwest Indiana Prepper, Wild Iron Horseman, Cowboy Rides 1, G, J Watt, Tony,
Glenn, I sent you a link too, brother.
Dave in Misery. How you doing, Dave? Glad to see you back on. Hope everything's doing good. Noticed you asked for re-membership to some things that you already had membership to before, so I'm sure fucking G Plus fucked you. Joe Phelps was out there for a bit. That's pretty cool. And that's all I'm seeing on the YouTube side.
I didn't see too much action on YouTube.
Yeah, there's not a lot of action on YouTube, but I know there was some stuff going on the G Plus side, but I can't seem to watch it now.
I know we had up to 30 viewers. I know we got like 25 left right now.
Well, that's getting late, G. I mean,
Yeah, I'm gonna shut her down. I'm gonna shut her. I'll probably shut her down. I don't know. Whenever y'all want.
Up to you. I'm doing good. I'm doing fine.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to. If you want to shut her down tonight, because I might have to.
Well, there's enough bartenders here tonight where.
Yeah, when he sent out a bartender link and everybody jumped in as one. Huh?
Hey, I'm happy that y'all still running, baby. Normally I'll be Stinger, you be gone by now normally.
What's going on in the West Coast?
I'm happy you're. I'm like I told him earlier. We're blessed to have blessed with his presence earlier.
Right, you are.
And so happy you answered on the private chat. Because Stinger, he doesn't really answer too many private calls during the day.
No, I've been trying to keep myself busy.
But it's good to have those daily chats. It's good that it's good for educational. People get in and learn and shout outs to
Depending
Brother
on the
Truth.
people.
Shout outs to Brother Truth, my brother.
Right? Keeping up with what's going on, that's for sure.
That's right. Gotta keep it going. Brother Truth is up early. Starts him like 7. And we keep it going.
Fabrizio's back.
Oh.
Right on.
They landed
I'll
about
be back
20
from
minutes
vacation.
ago.
Oh, okay. I'm about to say,
Oh, yeah.
I'll send him a link.
They let him back into the country?
Yes, they did.
Suckers.
They didn't detain him for, questionable activities or anything?
Dude, customs is a son of a bitch now, HD. And
Oh, that's why you won't see me leaving the country.
oh
Not-
my lord! When I
Not
came
through
back,
the legal process, at least.
when I came back from Jamaica, dude, I kissed the grounds, baby. I kissed the grounds. TSA were laughing at my ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, customs is not easy.
Time change fucking with anybody? Seems to me it just
Not
sucks
me.
having it fucking get dark early. Yeah, I know Arizona doesn't change, but and then extra hour sleep in the morning's okay, but at night it's like you want to go to bed sooner than you really wanted to.
I love it, Jim, even though it fucked with me on Sunday, but when I found out the real time, I was like, yes, thank you, Lord.
All right, so here's the news for Illinois. Quinn is not consenting, right? He's going to hold out until every single vote in the state is counted. And he just announced that, right, to ABC 7 here in Chicago and Illinois. And he said, "No way in fucking hell am I bowing down to the people."
So is he trading his business suit for an orange one?
Yeah, right?
Oh, you know what? And that's the thing. He probably will. If he was reelected, I'd say yes, for sure. Right? But the fact that he's getting kicked out of office, the feds might not continue continue criminal investigations against him. You know what I mean? So, but it's funny, they get kicked to the curb and then they want to bitch about it. Oh, wait a minute, no, I'm worried about voter fraud from the Republicans.
AG, you might want to walk outside and see if Baltimore's burning down. They're calling your governor race for the Republican out there in Maryland.
What are they doing?
They're saying the Republicans are going to win the Maryland governor race, so I'm sure you're going to have a lot of angst coming out of Baltimore.
Oh, yeah, I heard. They'll be happy. They'll be happy.
Oh, yeah?
You might be able to be happy. What's up, Tenron?
10 around.
Yeah,
Yep,
he's out there.
I sent Tim around a link. Come on in, Tim around. He's got a link.
Yep. Yeah, he's got to look for it. He says his notifications were off.
Oh, okay.
So I'm following the tracker in here. I bring YouTube into our room so I can just stay here.
No doubt.
But, the hell were we talking about before I got distracted by Squirrel?
Charm City, Baltimore.
Oh, yeah, but you know what? That might be a plus for you, because wasn't Maryland, Maryland's another state that, the fucking Democrats got in the governorship. They started jumping all over this gun shit, and then all of a sudden,
Yep.
companies are bailing,
Yep.
and, they're losing billions, and the people are like, wait a second. So now you have a Republican in there, and hopefully they can turn that shit around, right?
Yeah.
Get rid of some of these stupid fucking laws that got put in under the fucking
Before October. Yep.
Sandy Hook bullshit.
That's why before October 1st, it was just fucking, it was pandemonium. It was nuts.
Are you going to sleep?
Nuts.
It's already 10.
Huh?
My bad.
All good, bro. Yeah, before they changed the laws up, yeah, it was nuts. Sales were up then for sure. All the gun stores here look like fucking movie theaters. The lines are
Obama
literally.
has one of the best things for guns and for selling guns. Not even just the Sandy Hook thing, but when he got elected and every election after that and every mass shooting after that, Obama has sold more guns than the NRAs have got members. Man.
Oh yeah. He knows a little. He knows some things about ARs.
Mm-hmm.
He knows. He knows all about the ARs. I hear he runs it like a boss.
Well, he knows a shotgun, right? We've all seen that picture.
I don't know. I'm saying he knows how to run that AR like a boss. I'm for real. They got a video out there.
Well, we don't have it like he handles a shotgun. I know what Stinger's talking about.
Can't pronounce her name. Just call me Barbara. Oh, the
Okay, I have
space
a question for
secretary.
y'all. Okay,
The
I have a
secretary.
question for y'all.
Yeah.
Maybe you can help me with it because I don't know. Is third? Are you listening? I hope you're listening. Okay, so Quinn is calling for a recount in my state, right? He wants to make sure every single count is going to be every single vote's going to be counted. Well, I look at it and I say, okay, so Rauner won. Majority of the counties, everything but Cook County, went for Rauner, right? So the whole damn state went red, except for Cook County went blue, right, for Quinn. So if they do the recount and they find out that there is some improprieties, but it turns out that like people like Durbin wasn't actually reelected, are they going to count those things, or are they just going to count the votes for the particular race?
Yeah, as far as I know, the recounts it's just a particular race, you know.
Even if it's like my paper ballot that they'd have to go back and count?
Well, they're all going to look at the entry for that one particular race, unless there's more than one contested race.
Right. Okay. Well, I know you might know, Jim. That's one of the reasons why I was asking, because I know you've been involved in most aspects for a long time. So, since the first time you wrapped your lips on a bong and puffed it at college, right? So how's it going out there, and anybody know what's going on in California? I know we don't have any 10-round hasn't been able to make it in yet.
They're screwed. They just elected Jerry Brown again. There's no chance.
There's
no
hope. Wow, holy shit, you guys are really as bad as fucking New York. Re-electing Cuomo, what the fuck?
There's
Man,
no
that's,
California.
that's an agenda, man. That's bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no way in fucking hell.
All it
Fucking
takes is LA and San Francisco.
Old Navy bag. It's an Old Navy messenger bag, J-Watt. It ain't no tactical. It's just an Old Navy messenger bag. Oh, there he is. Wild Iron came in. What's up, Wild Iron?
I just said it to him 3 times. He should have it. Good job.
Now,
Guys,
Jay,
how's it going?
what's up, bro?
We're mourning your state, and they're re-electing your governor.
Yeah,
So sorry for you.
well, we didn't have a candidate to run against him.
Oh yeah.
really? He ran uncontested?
No. Well, basically, nobody heard of the other person.
Right. Well, that's what the campaign's for, to get to hear about him.
He didn't. The guy must not have had any money because he didn't. No, I didn't hear it. Nobody in Northern California heard of this guy who was running against him.
Wow. Yeah, he couldn't get somebody like Kurt Russell to come out there and fucking go. But he's more libertarian than goddamn Republican. But still.
Yeah, we'll see how it happens now. Now that we got control, we'll see.
Oh, wait a minute. Did you guys get? The Republicans, the right has the control of the Senate and the House and the federal. But you guys got to worry more about your state house too. What happened?
Yeah, but he relies on federal funds more than anything.
Right. So you think if they choke off the beast, he'll die?
He'll
Starve
go
him?
back dormant. Yeah, he was pretty dormant for a while.
I cannot believe fucking California voted Jerry Brown in again.
Well, it's a dem state, man.
Wow. Well, no, I mean, really, if you had somebody you never heard of, it's the Republicans.
Hey, HDP, why is Ross Miller's picture in the top right corner of this website?
Because it's the Attorney General website. The Secretary of State's website.
Oh, okay.
Secretary of
Well, he's
Secretary
about
of
to lose. He's about to lose for Attorney General, which is good.
Secretary of State. Yeah, I was noticing that he was a little bit behind the power curve.
He had it, and then they've been talking about.
He's a thug.
Yeah.
He did a good job of fooling everybody last time around, but he's shown his true colors the last couple of issues.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, he has picked out of there that didn't have a background, and he got into office, and all of a sudden he started doing things that showed what he was all about.
Why is it showing Washoe County and Mineral as blue?
I don't know what you're looking at.
The Secretary of State website, the Silver State 2014 election night results, and if you click featured races, and it shows Washoe and Mineral as blue. Why does it do that?
That's showing the Secretary of State race. Wait, it's not right.
Yeah, I know, right? You click on it, it goes somewhere else.
Hey, I sent you a text earlier today, Mule. Did you get it?
I'll be right back, guys.
No, I didn't. Sorry, Glenn.
All right.
And why? Because my cell phone is off. We couldn't pay the bill. So.
Sorry about that.
No, I'm not bitching about it. I'm just telling you why sending me a text might be futile.
Washoe's voting blue.
But if you need to get a hold of me, you can always hit me up on the email. You should have my email address and shit. I actually checked that.
I don't have that.
That's just.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Tony, what you're seeing on that front page is just that one race. It's showing you the blue is Kate Marshall or whatever, and that's still with only 31% total reporting in the state, though. So.
Yeah.
That's what that's showing. That's why it's blue and red like that. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Nevada announces medical marijuana dispensaries.
Knight, whichever Green Dragon sent out. Hey, Glenn, I put it in the chat.
Got it. I'll send you one now.
Pretty simple, actually, for anybody who wants to get a hold of me. I didn't just put it in this chat. It's mulecrew66@gmail.com if you want to email me something. Don't go crazy, though. I got enough crazy in my own head. Yeah, this looks like it's going to be a fight now.
News is on HTP.
What news is that? What do you mean?
Oh, well, news down here anyways on election news. Local.
You got your TV on, yeah.
I got because I got Fox. Or we got Fox. It's on Fox. Oh, that's weird. What the fuck? Oh, that was funny. The news just had a technical difficulty. It was
Wow, so looks like it's going to be fun watching the fight break out in my own state.
What fight's that?
Oh, the governor's bitching. I want everything counted. Yeah, so it's going to be fun to watch. Because the governor didn't win.
Well, at least you got some victories there today, Mule.
Yeah, not the ones I really wanted, but I'll take what I can get.
That's right.
Moral victories, if nothing else, right?
Yeah. And hey, you know what? Got my one of the incumbents reelected was my local sheriff, who's Republican, and isn't a bad sheriff. He actually signs concealed carry permits. As long as you ain't done nothing wrong, you're getting your gun.
Donnelly won in Indiana.
I'll be back. The wife just got in. I'll be right.
Yep. Donnelly's a Democrat. He won.
Is that dead air or is that me lagging?
That's dead air.
I was concerned there for a second.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Anything else going on?
Well, because I'm watching the Democratic mouthpiece at Democratic headquarters here in Vegas at MGM Grand, and he's just got a bunch of lame ass. They're like, "Is it a bad year to be a Democrat?" And he's like, "Well, you know, we're looking forward to 2016, the Senate race in 2016." And he looks disappointed that all the. This is gonna sound really racist, but all the black people and Hispanic people stayed home.
Yeah.
But here in Southern Nevada, anyways, dude, we only had like in Clark County like 31%. Right now, I think it's at 30. It's at 30-something percent, 35. 35%.
Oh, that's higher than we were saying earlier.
Because 25 was early voting, and so far, I guess, are saying like 10% of the registered voters have voted. So you're only talking about like a 35%, or I mean, they weren't even talking about 40%, I guess, for voter turnout, and that the Republicans came out hard. I'm not Republican. I'm registered Democrat. I went and voted like always.
Yeah, I come out every voting cycle, man. I usually don't miss them. I think I might have missed one, maybe in 2004, but I don't think so. I think I've gotten them all. No, it's just kind of one of those things that doesn't take that much time. It doesn't cost any money. Why not? What do I got to lose?
Right. Yeah.
Not to mention, a lot of men died for what it was back in the day, and yeah, it might not be the same thing now as it was back when they died for it, but it's still something to me for that reason. I don't know, maybe if it's just sentimental, it's still the least I can do, Everybody should vote, even those people that, every educated person should vote. I'm not saying that you can't vote Democrat, but you should at least know what you're voting for, not just, black president, got to vote for the black.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, it's still their right to do so, so whatever,
Well, I just hope that everybody doesn't go back to sleep thinking that the House and the Senate's going to work together to actually get some shit done.
Oh, yeah, like I was saying earlier, Wild Iron, it's like, don't even expect DC to fix itself. You need to be concerned about your local stuff, because they're the only ones going to fix DC.
Yeah, we got to keep pushing. That's all there is to it.
This is by far not going to change anything. We're still debt's going to go up, more wars are going to be fought, if not more intensified. None of that's going to change. We'll just have a different face on it.
Yep, that's it right there. They just changed masks. Same beast.
And that's all we ever get, right? We get the flip side of the coin. It's still the same fucking coin. You know, it's still the same damn quarter. We just get the flip side of it. But now we get to watch all the, I was just telling the wife about the fight in our local.
Well, and the thing about it is it gives them an opportunity to add to the drama and the distraction that they've thrown upon us.
Yeah, he found the medicine, and yeah, that's the truth there, Glenn, is, you know, now it's not whoever got voted out's to blame for whatever happened that they did. Now we get to blame this new guy, and it's a new face, so it's supposedly a clean slate, and all the rest of this crap.
Wait a minute, didn't Obama get away from being blamed for shit for like 5 years? Come on.
But you think he's gonna take the heat for anything he does now?
No, he's never gonna take any heat, man. You know that. But still.
Well, look at Holder. He just, like, I mean, you know, same thing. He's going to be bending over begging for mercy here pretty soon. Because they're going to start releasing all these records.
Well, I know Holder's just seen the fact that, you know, they ought to be glad that Ginsburg didn't retire from the Supreme Court, because no way in hell would they get Holder in.
Oh, not now. Especially not now.
Right. Okay. Well, they could have done provisional votes if they wanted to, but.
Anyway, so my one girl, she the one that really well. She went to home and she could read right.
Right. Okay.
The other one was my lady who was home.
Well, that's scary. And she voted today
And I had to assist her.
in voting.
Yeah, it looks like.
My name is Dave Ferguson. I work
Oh,
for
sorry about
PG&E
that.
at Reading.
Fucking
Reading is
thing.
our home.
I hate
You know
these,
what I'm looking forward to is no more of those fucking ads, man.
these ads suck, dude. I
Oh my
fucking.
God.
Yeah, it looks like they sent over 64,280 pages of documents it had previously withheld from the botched Fast and Furious gun locking operation Tuesday. Today.
Huh.
And now Obama says that the dude that Holder overstepped his legal bounds. Really? Now he said that shit.
Well, he's not in office.
Wow. Huh. Mr. Obama had asserted executive privilege, claiming the documents were part of a deliberative process of White House decision-making and therefore didn't need to be divulged by the court. Rejected those claims. Nice. So now it's going to be, we're paying for all this judicial injustice in courts to happen. We're going to be paying for that shit.
You know what?
Well, that's actually a really good question for these guys too. Yeah. So my let me explain to them the situation, see if we can get a little input from their end too, because you kind of know where I would stand on that, right? But my wife, she works with mentally handicapped, right? That's a fair enough way to say it, right? and one of the people she works with has Alzheimer's, and she voted today, and the wife, had to assist her in voting. Now she made all her own her own choices, not so informed is what the wife's bringing up.
Right. I mean, she's got Alzheimer's.
Right, and she's asking when should somebody not be allowed to vote. Right now, I'm of the once you hit the grave, you're not allowed to vote anymore, right? So, but then she brings up the point that, well, she's not informed because she's thinking it's the 1930s she's fucking voting in. So.
Yeah, well, we also have people that aren't informed just as much as she. I bet you she's more informed than a lot of the kids out there voting because of, a D or a woman or a black person or whatever.
If you go put on MSNBC, they say they're in full meltdown right now because they're losing their minds because the Republicans are getting the Senate.
Or at least they were. I don't know if they still are.
Right. Gonna have to go take a peek. Yeah, they usually rerun that shit for a while. But yeah, I mean, and that's what I was thinking was, well, there's more than enough uninformed voters just in the, the mentally handicapped arena. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it made me think in this split second about how many people, because, I mean, you could have controlled their vote, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you could. Right, I'm not saying you did, baby. I'm saying you could have. I know your morals would not let you do that. But that's not saying everybody has those same morals that you do. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's definitely something to ponder. What do y'all think? What do you think? Should there be an age limit on or a competency exam? Right?
Oh man, can you imagine the outcries from the Democratic side of that?
I think there should be a competency exam for having kids.
Yeah. Oh, it is a gray area, though. Even if she's not able to influence the vote, the question would still technically be there, is if she is able to, or somebody in her position, would they be able to compromise the person's voting? And that's one of those things that.
And she admits that she could have totally told her who to vote for.
Right.
She didn't. That's not who my wife is as a human being.
Right.
But she could have for sure. Basically filled it out for her because, well, not in Illinois. You're kind of open. It's like pissing in a public bathroom, right? There's a little bit of tiny privacy, but it's not real privacy.
Yeah, that's what we got here too. Yeah. It's like a little plastic half square.
Yeah, cheap little fucking stand that you can't even lean on to fucking fill it, to scratch it.
You lean on it and the legs are so fucking wobbly you think you're going to fall over if you put any pressure on it at all.
Yeah, poor bastards to the left and to the right of me where, I'm shaking the whole fucking thing as I'm filling out my little oval,
Yeah.
Like, oh, I guess I don't need to press that hard. I haven't done these since school. So... But yeah, so that's a good question. I mean, is there a lot of people who get influenced by shit like that? And would that be considered voter fraud?
It would definitely be considered voter fraud if it's proven.
Yeah. Hard to do, though, sure.
Oh, yeah, for sure. You gotta wonder how many times that's happened in the past.
Oh, okay.
Fucking internet.
Devices. Yeah.
Malloy in Connecticut's just pulled ahead by about 14,000 votes.
Really? And that's the governorship in Connecticut?
Yeah, that's the gun grabber. I guess the couple of the districts that they had left were pretty heavy, like it was Hartford and stuff, so pretty heavy Democrat.
Right. That's always the thing. Yeah, because before they started counting like Cook County and Lake County for Durbin, he was losing bad.
Hey, I got a question for you. It's non-related, but kind of it is. What do you guys think about AJ doing these now?
Doing what?
Live Hangout. He's been on for 2 nights now.
Oh, Alex Jones?
Yeah.
Is he really?
Yeah, he was on earlier. Yeah.
Good for him.
He's doing election coverage.
Good for him. I think it's a great. I think anybody doing this kind of stuff is great. I mean, there are going to be people that make $1 off of it, which I can't seem to do. But
So he's doing live chats?
Yeah, he's been on live.
Fuck you guys, I'm out of here. I can go get on some real conspiracy shit. Yeah!
no,
How do I get an invite?
he already has his people assigned. What are you kidding? You're assigned to us. You can't be changing ship. I'll call your NSA bosses and tell them we'll only deal with you on an open basis.
Oh, damn it. I need to change the scenery, man.
Right? Well,
You guys aren't so conspiracy-y anymore.
not when you compare anybody to Alex Jones, yeah. No. The only one that might be even better is my buddy Dave Sardi. You know? I'd love to see him and Alex get together.
Well, we know where Wooly is, then, I guess.
I heard somebody was saying something about, waking people up. How are we going to wake more people up and shit? It's like, how can you wake more people up when most of them listen to the frickin' daytime talk shows on the radio, and they only give you a little bit of an arena to listen to. The only one that's radical enough to even touch the topics we talk about is fucking Michael Savage.
Right? That's why G's got to start running his daytime chats on the Dragon, right? Live.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
they start yelling and screaming at each other there.
yeah. Definitely.
You know, because G's daytime chats, except for the dead air parts when we're all doing our own thing for a few minutes, they're usually just another green dragon just off air. So Malloy pulled ahead. Holy fuck, see? 100 women in Congress as of tonight. Cool. Sweet. Well, and you heard the first black Republican was voted in today, too. In the Senate. Yep. Are they losing their minds on MSNBC? Oh, wait till they start talking about the Senate. They'll start... Then you'll see Maddow, her dick will pop out or something.
Can I have my fried chicken yet?
Yeah, I don't even know how anybody let them get away with that fucking statement.
That is so racist. It's not even funny.
What the fuck is up with that shit?
Which one? About the chicken?
About
Yeah.
the fried chicken.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be in the news for weeks to come.
No, well, it depends. Let's see, my daughter's report card. Oh, okay, it'll be out. Report cards are coming home Thursday, baby. Yeah, being they sent me an email. Why, they call you or something? Oh, you got 4. That's why I only gave them 1 email address. Anywho, what time is it? Oh, it's 12:19. Let's do a shout-out. We haven't done a shout-out in a while. Everybody's still looking at their local election coverage. Wow, Jay Watt. Jones did have Dave Sardi on his show a couple years ago. Wow, I missed that one. Thanks for letting me know, Jay Watt. That's fun. Monitor 9 is still out there. Wild Iron just threw up a nice link. Oh, it's 64,000 pages of the Fast and Furious docs. I had heard it was 9,000. Shit. Oh, Phil Cotto is out there. How's it doing, Phil Cotto? G Mango's out there, of course. Joel's out there. Nadina Yvette Chambers is out there. How you doing? Any chance you could stop by? Sure. If G, you still out there, can you send her a link? Always like to have a female perspective on stuff. 10 rounds out there. Wow, this must be old. Sparks 1's out there. How's it going, Sparks? I think I need to refresh. That might help. Yeah, they reelected Al Franken.
No, Al Franken won by like a landslide and shit or something.
Yeah, so they reelected him, huh?
Yep.
Let's see. Get rid of the spam. Joel showing up as spam. Joel, he'll comment like 50 million times and they start just automatically marking him as spam. So I always got to go in and clean him up. Oh no, that was pretty fresh. Okay. Good. So yeah, is G still here? All right. So I'll try and send you a link then. Oh hey, Wild Iron. Can you? Oh, there you go. Are you still watching? All right. Good enough. So I'm all caught up.
Yeah, if she's still watching, I'll send her a link if she responds.
Cool. I'll leave it in your hands. Let me say hi to Solar Savage, to Robin. See, I got to go looking on the G Plus stuff too. Robin Hug. How's it doing, Robin? Long time no hear from, buddy. How you doing? See, that's what happens when I go check the G Plus, right? I can then find it. Sometimes. Else. Custom Black Guns was out there a little while ago at work. Tony still here? Or did he pass out or leave?
Yeah, I don't know.
Because there's so many green dragons in the room.
Yeah.
I think one's third op and one's Tony, or one's G and one's third op.
Isn't there any
Well, I'm as the dragon too.
with names on them?
But I know where you are, Sting, because you unmute yourself and talk, so I see the mic go off, you know what I mean?
Right.
And I know Amin is the dragon as well, but I put this up to differentiate. Plus, that just looks pretty. Oh, I didn't get a chance to talk about my new foregrip. Oh, that thing's fucking badass. The Israelis did a good job. And with the thumb stop, it really helps, at least for the AK. I don't know so much for the AR, but like it helps me to where my thumb is in a more natural position, whereas, and it's not going to get burned by my Ultimac, right? Whereas with the angled foregrip, the Magpul one, or without the thumb stop on it, it ends up your thumb's right next to that rail, and that shit gets damn hot.
So
Yeah,
what's
that's
that?
what gloves on.
What's that limp thing that hangs off the front of the gun? Oh, don't say it. Never mind.
The muzzle brake.
No, you said
Yeah, but I'm liking the way the Israelis set up their version of the angled foregrip. I'm telling you, man, that thing is comfortable as get out.
He said foregrip. So now you got that thing hanging off the front of the gun.
What'd you say, baby? I'll be right back. Hey, Joe, tell us a joke.
Okay, why does the Avon lady walk crooked? Her lipstick.
Nice. That's a good one, Joe. I'll give you that one.
That's wrong.
Oh, that was a good one. Come on. Compared to some of Joe's other ones, that's straight and narrow right there.
Yeah, we heard about the Viagra they have out in nasal spray now, don't you?
No.
That's for all them dickheads out there. Okay, not a prize winner.
Oh no.
Hey, I got that knife you had on that rabbit butchering freaking video that you guys did, HPP.
You mean the one that Rebel illegally made and put out without my consent? That one?
Yeah, the one that was behind your back. You couldn't tell he was doing it, right?
Yeah.
What was that knife?
That's that butcher kit I did a review on last year. It's the Outdoor Edge butcher kit.
Okay.
I did a video on it last year. Yeah.
I'm gonna go grab this knife and show you something I got just in the mail.
Uh-oh.
I'll be right back.
Wow, I guess he's still gone.
Yeah.
Oh, did it lock up?
No, you're here. We're just not doing anything.
Oh, you're waiting for me in suspense for you.
Everybody in the chat room's probably like left already.
Oh.
You know what Triple X stands for on the,
What is that?
what?
It's funny. The wife was just talking to me about how, you know, her union, right? Because she was talking to the people at work, and she was talking about how much the other people that she works with are influenced by their unions, right? On all those mailers and all the discussions and shit like that, you know? And how she is influenced by me. But, you know, because it's not really influence, it's just I give her more information than she would get from the union and give you the option of looking at both sides of a story rather than just picking a side just because other people are telling you to. You know what I mean? That's a nice looking knife there, buddy. Where'd you get it?
I don't know where the hell I got it, to be honest with you. I forgot. But I like that knife that HTP was cutting that rabbit up with the other day. And so I found something that was somewhat similar, but comes with a kick-ass sheath.
Sweet. Oh, hey, HD. Did you get Rev his pelts?
No, I got delayed in my activities. I haven't been able to get around to doing that yet.
Oh, okay.
Gotta.
This thing frickin' is a convertible.
Sweet.
Oh,
I just want to grab some shit about dog training videos.
I had a grill set that worked like that.
If I don't cut myself.
Right? Uh-oh. Glad you know first aid.
Oops.
What's that? No, don't go that way. See, I'd be screwed if it was like if I was under distress. Anyway, the frickin' thing comes with like 3 other of these. One of those, a bigger one, and a saw.
For the bones. No rib spreader, huh?
Yeah. It's supposed to click in there.
Is there a button to push or something? A lever?
Yeah. Got it. Right there.
Cool.
Here now.
Yeah, I saw a set like that that came with a stainless steel rib spreader to let the meat cool off while you're cutting everything else up.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't know.
Probably has more attachments, but I thought, man, that's not a bad price. I think it was $49 or something like that. But I just really like that system that HDP was using on that rabbit, because that was like shit for cartilage and the skin and all that stuff. That thing rips pretty good.
Yeah, it's cool. Looks good.
So it's in my truck, in my bug out back.
So are they still counting stuff in Nevada and California? I mean, you guys, right? Well, it's late. It's 10 o'clock there, right?
Yeah, we've only got 49% reporting right now, so we're we're only halfway there on total counts.
Well, that's the thing. I stepped into the living room and asked the wife to put on MSNBC to watch the meltdown. And at the time when I walked in, they were still only calling 70% of the vote in Connecticut. And they're saying that that governor race is still too close to actually confirm. So
with the areas that are left, I'm kind of surprised because most of the areas that are left there are largely Democratic voters.
But they're not. That's the funny thing is they're not as sure about it though, right? Because who knows what's causing people to change their votes? I mean, here in Illinois, Rauner wins, and yet Durbin wins too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so you gotta think Republicans have what, like a 10% fucking approval rating, and then they fucking turn around and drop off a 90% election rating.
Yeah. So, and I'm sure a lot of people in Connecticut who are gun owners, hopefully they went out there and voted their, hopefully they went out and voted. That's.
Hey guys, I'm gonna split, but thanks for the chat. It was fun.
Well, later, Sarah.
Good night.
Nice. Good night.
You guys too. All right. Talk to you later.
Night, Stinger.
Talk to you later, and that'll be in the mail hopefully this week.
All right. Cool. Night, Joe. Night.
Have a good one. Have a good one.
Night, Jim Bob.
Night.
Nice thing.
Night, John Boyd.
Night, Grandpa Walton.
Did you watch much of the Meltdown Mule?
The wife's watching it now.
They went from trying to pretend to be objective, covering it, to full on. Like at one point, Maddow called Ted Cruz psychotic.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
Like right now, at least for like the last half hour or so, they've been doing nothing but bashing Cruz and Paul.
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing now. And the funny thing is it seems like they were all drinking the Biden juice the last couple of days. Oh, all the numbers are wrong. Republicans aren't going to win. You know what I mean? Joe Biden said no, that we're going to keep the Senate. Fools. See, if they were objective, they wouldn't care one way or the other. The fact that they have their own agenda is why they end up getting so irritated and upset.
Yeah, they went full radio earlier. They were fucking. It was all about fucking rich white men getting out to vote because they were scared and like they were reaching.
Well, the funny thing is how come you couldn't, if such large voter turnouts, and if this race was really as important as you've been saying for so long, how come you couldn't get out your base? You couldn't get out your people to vote the way you wanted them to. Where's that Obama-type landslide and all the rest of this? Right, you progressives who are going to rule the universe forever.
Yeah, did you catch the nightmare out of Kentucky for the liberals?
What, the fact that McConnell kept his seat?
No, when for the 2016 election, apparently it's illegal in Kentucky for Rand Paul to run for Senate and president at the same time. So if he decided that he was going to run for president, he would have to give up his Senate seat. He would have to vacate it. So Democrats were projected to take the House in Kentucky and said that they would refuse to change the law or whatever, but Republicans won.
Oh. Well, a lot of states are like that. You can't hold office and then run for another office. Yeah. Because you're supposed to be, and I think that's a good idea because rather than campaigning for your next job, and so thereby not doing the people's business, which you've seen happen time and time again with people who do that, right? You make a choice. Look, if I'm going to run for if I'm going to run for president, well then I need to stop being your senator for a while and have somebody else do the people's business. Not keep that job until you find out you don't become president. At least that's my opinion of it. Let's see here. I'm still pissed off about the Durbin thing. Just to be safe. So Chris lost in Florida, huh? Oregon legalized. Oregon passed the weed thing. They legalized the weed.
Yeah, there was a bunch of minimum wage increases passed too, so that's been up at topic of conversation tonight.
Yeah, my state passed it. My state passed all the gimmies. All the gimmies.
Yeah.
But that's not surprising here in Illinois. You know? There's no shocker there that Illinois wants that is part of that whole gimme culture. So it's no shocker. So that chick that was scaring the shit out of him from Iowa won. The one that understands what her Second Amendment's for. That makes liberals pee their pants.
Hmm.
She won.
No, the one that started off her campaign with a video of her gutting an animal or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one who said, who explains what the hell the Second Amendment's for. And she's like, and that scares the shit out of liberals. And now she's a senator. It's awesome. Just to piss off liberals. I don't think she's actually going to be as effective as anybody else. But
They always talk a big talk right before they get it.
wow, Guam legalized marijuana too.
I can't believe Florida didn't. What the fuck is up with that?
I think there's going to be a recount there. But from what I understand is some real anti-drug guy, or I think it's the same dude that owns some casinos or some Democratic guy who owns a lot of prisons, put a shitload of money in to fight this in Florida, to fight legalization in Florida.
Well, that would be Feinstein's husband.
Probably, yeah.
They are the majority privately owned prison owners. Those guys, Feinstein and her husband, own most of the privately owned prisons.
Yeah, well, they dumped a hell of a lot of money into Florida to get them to lower their numbers. So, but I think there's going to be, somebody's going to ask for a recount in that one.
We had an initiative on our ballot today on lowering felonies on those kind of convictions for.
Yeah, I saw that was up. I was reading L.A. Times because I read it.
Did we win?
I don't know. That's what I was going to ask. I didn't check this evening.
I got home late. When I posted the first post was when I got home. I've been stuck up in the mountains.
Right. I'm interested to see what they say about that. I don't agree with some of it, but like the low-level drug stuff that ends up being felonies, I can agree with that. But there's other things I don't. But still, it's going to be interesting to watch. Anywho, I'm thinking I'm going to shut this down. We've been dropping people and a lot of dead air. So, anybody got any shout-outs they want to do? Third up, I'll start with you. Shit, we lost I'll wait till Wired Iron gets back into the veil. But you got any shout-outs, Third?
Shout out to everybody that loves me, because I'm a handsome fucker, so I don't know. I got nothing tonight.
Got nothing tonight. Well, you've been
I got nothing tonight.
Can't help you on
putting
that
some good shit out there lately, though. From even just the little posts like the one I shared earlier with the sticker to the graffiti on the wall with Thomas Paine singing underneath it.
I got a video that I did. I did a Devil's Advocate video on the Tom Rossi thing, the Marine that was in Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't decided if I'm gonna post it or not, because if I do, I might blow up the internet.
Right. Well, at least you're going to get a lot of stabbings heading your way. But you do so willingly, so good luck to you, and I will back you up, brother. What about you, XD? Got any shout-outs you want to do or anything?
Shout out to Rebel, who wasn't here tonight, but we'll be in touch. Shout out to everybody who's paying attention to what's going on in the big picture, not getting distracted by this stuff, and knows that the fight is just beginning in many respects, and that a lot's not going to change necessarily just by the changing of the faces up there in the Capitol. So stay vigilant.
Hallelujah.
Right. Well, and I want to say how, I like those videos of yours, but we got to work on getting you a mic or teach you how to overdub so you can wax poetic.
Get one
I
of
don't
those
have
fucking
time.
mic stocks or whatever.
Yeah.
Right. Because you can see people are trying to talk, and you don't hear shit, and all you get is the music. And the music's good, but...
Yeah, I'm just winging it.
Aren't we all?
I might be trying to find a solution. I might not be. It's hard to say.
That's life. Well, actually, we may stick around a little bit because we have a new person joining us. Hi, Nadia. How you doing?
Hello.
I was doing shout-outs, but I figured if you joined us, you might have a few things you want to say about the elections tonight. So.
I'm terrified. Yeah.
Rightfully so, I'm sure. Where do you live? What state? Just generalize it.
I'm in Oakland, California, but I suppose
you poor woman.
Tiny Cali.
Fellow Cali.
Occupied territory.
Yeah.
Yeah. How it still amazes me you people re-elected Jerry Brown.
Well, for me, it's a bit safer.
In what way?
Well, given the content of things like the Texas Republican Party platform, I think I would get a bit more than voted off the island.
Oh, yeah? Well, you won't get voted off the island here for shit like that, so... Welcome.
Okay, cheers. Yeah. A lot of things, go ahead.
This is the island of discontent toys, so...
Oh, dear.
We hate all forms of government and oppression and tyranny, so...
Those look like dangerous toys.
Yeah, that's us. That's for sure. I'll be right back. The wife's calling.
Okay. I'll do my shout-out. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I was just going to say I would probably count as being on the opposite end of the spectrum.
Opposite end of the spectrum. What do you mean?
Opposed to what?
I would be on the far left as opposed to the far right.
Okay.
So you're a full-blown communist? Is that what you're saying? I think it might be just a matter of perception.
Actually, yeah.
My internet's messed up. Sorry.
That was actually a yes.
Okay.
Well, you wanted an invite to join. We wanted to give you a chance to let you speak your mind.
Yeah, let me switch browsers. Hang on. I'm terrified beyond words.
Why?
Okay, now you're in space.
Well, the various kinds of
all right.
Oh.
I guess anti-LGBT positions the Republican Party holds are well, now going to get legislated. So
that I'm not so sure about that.
Why not?
Well, because they're actually not that. They're not anti-LGBT. I mean, it's more freedom as anything.
Well, granted, not every state in the union is Texas, but last I checked, the Texas Republican Party platform had reinstatement of sodomy laws as one of the platform planks.
Well, I think there's bigger fish for them to fry than to have to go after that issue, to be honest with you. And especially, I mean, maybe Texas is one that they're fighting it, but I'm not sure. I don't think that we have anything to worry about with any kind of those type of issues here in California. We have bigger fish to fry in California, and water's one of them.
Well, the good thing is that's what's great in a republic. You can move where you want to.
Well, I expect that I would not be received well outside of maybe a thin strip around the coast and only major cities within that, and only that north of the Mason-Dixon line on the East Coast. But go ahead.
But see, that's a misconception a lot of people have, right? And just because anybody has any kind of an alternative lifestyle, they think they're not going to be welcomed in smaller communities in rural America, and that's
Absolutely.
just not true.
That's
I would be shot on sight, wouldn't I?
No, absolutely not. No. That's and Mule's right. That's a misconception, and that is a lot to do with the brainwashing that the media has embarked upon us, and that's the problem with watching too much TV and getting this overrun and just onslaught of political policies amongst the parties, just drowned in. It doesn't matter who you listen to, who you watch. It's on either side. They just drowned you one after another, and they're all on the same script. Just one voice is different than the other. It's the same freaking script. There's montages of it on liberal radio, liberal TV. There's montages of the same script on it's the same. It all happens, and it's not. We're more of a free mind. We're a free mindset, and it's all constitutional based. So we're starting to enlighten people on learning how to go back to read, go back to educate yourself. Don't just go by what you've been taught, what you're watching.
Well, I read the Bible at least once. Last I checked.
Godless communist. Wait a minute. I want to read your thing real quick.
Okay.
Godless, communist, transsexual, masochist, Linksys. Oh, that's Colonel Programmer. Cool. Well, welcome to the Dragon.
Oh, thank you. Hope it's not too noisy.
Well, no, and you know what? Here's the thing. None of that shit that you posted down there anymore, the crap that I would post down mine, really matters, right? Because you, as an American, should be free to do whatever the hell you want to do as long as it doesn't hurt anybody else. Whether that's in your bedroom, in the way you dress, in whatever. As long as it's not hurting some other person, then you should be free to do whatever you do in the privacy of your own life. And it has no concern of me and mine. Right? I have friends who are transgender. I have friends who are homosexual on both sides of the fence, just using it as a general term. And none of that shit matters, right? Because they're all good people and they all live good lives and they all do the same thing that I'm trying to do, which is make a buck every day and feed my family. And if we can get past all this crap and just look at life from that aspect as Americans, I think we can get past all this shit.
Well, last I checked, though, there was rather a strong opposition to, at least on the right, to employment non-discrimination measures, amongst others, as well as, I suppose, social support for those who were. Sorry?
Why would you want to work for somebody who didn't support you in those ways or whatever?
Well, desperation, really.
That's the way things are now. That's probably true. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Well, all people are created equal. They shouldn't be able to discriminate against anybody over a lot of things.
But the thing is, the problem is A lot of people bring their public life into the work sector, and that's not what the work sector is made to do. You come to work to earn a paycheck. You come to work to do a job. It isn't to pacify your own beliefs, your own pacification. It is to come to work to do a job. It isn't a platform to pacify your beliefs, your gender, your race, your sex, no matter what. You want to work, you want to make a wage, you want to live, you want to survive. That's what a job is for. And it isn't to do with politics. It has nothing to do with politics. It has nothing to do. Politics in the end actually is the end product of how your job reflects upon you, because politics will reflect upon how your job is doing, whether it's good or bad. If it's good, then you're going to have overtime. If it's bad, then you're going to be cutting hours.
Well, salary is typically unpaid overtime, but even so, yeah. Whether I make it an issue or not, they don't let me in the door. So.
Well,
by and large, I don't make it one.
Discrimination. I mean, I'm not discriminatory. I'm an employer. I don't have said employees. I do have contractors, and I don't care what they do, as long as they don't smoke dope, drink on my frickin' or do drugs on my job. They do that afterwards. I don't give a shit what they fucking do. I don't give a fuck what they do, as long as it doesn't, affect their job status and the work that they have to do. They're free to do whatever they want to do on their own time, and that's the way it should be. I don't give a shit. But the government has come in and infiltrated all of our lives and aspects of our lives personally, where it shouldn't be affected whatsoever.
Well, even worse is some people beg the government to come in and do that. That's what made it worse.
Right, exactly, and that's bullshit.
Yep.
Yet, can non-intervention suffice for instances of discrimination, or, frankly, many other things, such as essentially social programs and so on? I mean, for instance, healthcare is typically catastrophic for, the average wage earner.
Well, it's catastrophic for the guy that's like me, that can't afford to put people on salary or by hour or by contract. I mean, a contract is different because you're on your own, but I mean on per diem or whatever you want to call it. I can't afford it because they want to demonize me on that situation. This whole fucking whatever you want to call it, Obamacare, health forum reenactment, whatever you want to call it, it's a train wreck. It's a train wreck for the employers. It's a train wreck for the employees. It just should not have been mandated the way that it has and pushed as hard as it has, especially if they're not willing to take take this initiative into their own lives. Why would they push it so hard for ours? That's the thing. If they're going to come in and go, yeah, we'll take that first run. We'll go ahead and test run this on our own families. They won't do that.
Well, there's a matter of scale that kind of makes that infeasible, but by and large, the left is not a fan of Obamacare. The left is actually more a fan of what other countries have, like the NHS in the UK, funded by progressive income taxes and run as a nationalized, essentially industry or service.
Right.
in that respect, I doubt it would have much impact on you as a small business owner.
Actually, the single-payer program does have an impact on the small business owner. It lessens the amount of money that they have to pay in because it's spread out over more employers. But I would rather go with the Canadian version than the British version, because the British version right now is turning into a damn train wreck. I mean, people... But that's also because their immigration policy is a large part of it, too, because everybody stepping onto their shores immediately becomes eligible for national health, right? Whereas Canadians are a little bit different.
That's not a great attribution of the cause of what's going on with the NHS. Last I checked, it was deliberate sabotage by Cameron.
Well, it wouldn't surprise me there, too. But the idea, to me at least, is a good one, single-payer health care, to help keep costs down and to rein in some of the, even though I know it's a business thing and a lot of business people hate me when I say it, but the insurance companies, since they've been deregulated, have gotten off the chain, and we've gotten worse service for more cost than we ever had when they were heavily regulated by the government.
Well, why isn't that the same aspect for trucking? Because it was deregulated in the 60s.
I don't know why it worked out differently, bro, but I know when I was a kid and healthcare was still regulated and they could only make a 10% profit, right?
I'll tell you why. Because the rail is owned by the government and they control the mass production of transportation by rail.
Doesn't surprise me.
It's just a lower outlet of distribution from there. So that's where I don't understand on this health in this insurance thing. You know what I mean? It's basically the same product, or it's the same thing, different product.
Well, okay, and I can only show it on I can only bring it down to my base thing, right? My local hospital, right? It's how many stories, baby? 6? 5 or 6? Let's say 5, right? 5 stories of that hospital. When I first moved to this town, 3 out of those 5 floors were all patient care, and one of the floors is, the standard, examination rooms and operating rooms and stuff like that, right? Now, in my hospital, 1 floor is patient care, and it's a split floor that takes care of operations and radiology and stuff like that. All the rest of it are corporate offices. Right? Now, the nurses in my area, it's a skeleton crew for nurses and doctors at the hospitals. Right? But it's not a skeleton crew for their accounting departments. Now, that wasn't always true in the United States. Right? Not when we were kids growing up. When we were kids growing up, my mom had insurance through her job, and she was a nurse, and she would slap down her Blue Cross Blue Shield, and they would take care of the whole family from the top of our heads to the bottom of our feet and everything in between. Nowadays, with the Obamacare, there's a $6,000 copay before they start paying anything. Nobody wants to do shit no more.
Exactly.
The copay to go get medicine that people have to take to live every day, right? The copay on it now is 5 times the amount it was 3 years ago. Now for whatever reason it's working out like this, which a lot of people called before they implemented Obamacare, because nobody read the fucking thing before they put it in, right? There's all kinds of huge problems, and there's going to be fixes of it all across the board, and states are finally doing it. But we're still fucked with it.
But that was before he even started making amendments to it. After it was a law, he started changing the rules. Oh, you're exempt. We got this. We got that. No, you're okay. We're okay with this.
But it's not even that, right? It's not even the Dems, because like we keep saying it all the time, is they're both fucking. It's the same coin. You're just looking at one side or the other.
Exactly.
Right? So the Republicans ain't any fucking better. Remember, the whole Obama plan, the Romney plan that Romney ended up going with in Massachusetts, where Obamacare is based off of, all came out of a right-wing think tank when they were fighting Clinton care.
Yeah, exactly.
right? Because Clinton wanted to put in single-payer health care, and they were like, no fucking way. So they came up with this alternative plan that turned into Romney Care and then Obamacare, which was great for the insurance companies, shitty for the people.
Bottom line, they're doing things they have no power to do. They're acting as tyrants. So
Yeah, well, that's why I think we need a bloody revolution, but that's me.
I do too. I'm with you.
There are other countries that have. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, but not to make anybody downtrodden, not to take away any of the rights that base Americans have. I want to bring back the rights that Americans have: the right to free travel, the right to own and think what you want, the right to pray or think what you want and do what you want, the right to be some rights that were never really that are implied but never really activated. You know. So yeah, I think the only way we're going to get that's bloody revolution. But hopefully I'm wrong. I hope every day I'm wrong. Sorry, and go ahead, Nadia. I started talking over you.
No trouble. I was going to digress a little bit. There are other countries that have plans similar to Obamacare, and they differ a bit in that their controls on the cost for the end users are more stringent. So like things like the copays and so on are tightly controlled and such. In Netherlands, I've heard, I guess, direct accounts of, and I think others compare it with Switzerland. In both cases, I think there are precedents for how to, I guess, shore it up without totally changing it over to a single payer or whatever. Though I'd still regard single payer as the most desirable.
You need to get 420 on here.
I would as well, but a lot of people disagree with us, right? Because a lot of people feel that that's not the way the marketplace is supposed to play out. And I can understand the argument while not agreeing with it.
Well, and that's that's where America differs from all the rest of the unions, because we seceded from the rest of the unions to get away from all that. And this is where everybody wishes to come because of the freedom that we have enacted in our Constitution. And so now all of a sudden we have all these people coming in trying to bring their own the stuff that they were running from to our society. They want the freedom, but they want to bring the politics with them.
Well, you guys make all the single payer you want in California. You just keep it there.
No, I'm bringing it over there to Carson City.
You might be resistance.
Well, come on. We've argued about this much, right, HD? I mean, you and I.
What's that?
We've argued about this a bunch.
We have?
Well, me and the Dragon argued about how I'm a fucking government stooge because I agree with single payer. Well, not you in particular.
Well, you can go through the amendment process, I guess. Or you can do it illegally like it's currently being done, but either way.
Right.
I want the freedom to have my choice. That's what I want. That's what I've had. That's what I want. I don't want to give it away. I'm sorry, but that's just my freedom that I want to be able to have my choice to go across state lines and get the insurance that I want from over in Nevada or Idaho or Utah. Whoever has the best options, just like car insurance or anything else.
Or iPhones or cell phones or look how many options you have in cell phone in an unregulated market.
Right.
They should just all like merge and then become a government agency.
We have enough government agencies already. That's scary.
We have about 22 many, probably.
Yeah.
Not at all. I think they're pretty good ideas for a lot of things. They would, particular healthcare is where people's lives are on the line, and having it be a sort of plutocratic affair is not a great idea. You know, it's pay up or die, right?
Anyway, so we're going to try the shout-out thing again because it's 1 o'clock and I'm going to have to get the daughter in a few minutes. And 1 o'clock's our pull-out point. Right? So we'll start again with you, HD. Anybody else you want to shout out now that you get a second bite at the apple?
Well, whoever missed it last time, I guess, since hopefully we got some different viewers. Shout out to Rebel. Hopefully he was involved today. We might have a decent sheriff come whenever they swear him in. And to everybody else that's just paying attention and not being distracted by the sideshow going on in D.C., be paying attention to what goes on locally and what really affects your life.
Sweet, sweet. Wild Iron, you got anybody you want to shout out?
Pete, the political port and her antics on the Southern Poverty Law Center along with the Green Dragon.
Nice.
I seen that, buddy. I seen that.
Yeah, I couldn't help but laugh at that article the whole time. I was like, oh my goodness, these people lost their mind.
I loved it. So, yeah, and everybody on the panel, everybody out there in the lounge, love it when everybody's in the lounge, love it when everybody shows up. Nadia, thank you for joining us. Appreciate it.
Anytime. I'll keep an eye out.
Well, I'm gonna get to you, and I'll explain to it when I do. Joe, you still with us? Gotta give him a minute. All right. Nadia, what we do when we end is usually shout out any channels that we're watching, people we're paying attention to, talking to, whatever, right? So it just gives you an opportunity to be able to share people what you're seeing, new channels that you found on YouTube or whatever, because this all started out as a YouTube thing. So, do you have anybody you want to give recognition to?
Absolutely. I'd like to give a shout out to Kripaka Machno, Left Side Libertarian, and Floyd FP. Floyd, you did fantastic in the debate versus Epicurus. Left Side Libertarian, your regular chats are always great. And Kripakin, you did a great job against G-Man. Okay.
Cool. And I, as well, want to thank you for joining us tonight on the Dragon. And welcome anytime. Ask for a link. We'll send it to you. It's always good to talk to people that don't always agree with us and line up with everything we think. You know, it's always good to hear different perspectives, and that's what I love about the Dragon is we're willing to listen to everybody. You know, and give everybody a fair shake to be able to speak with respect. So, please come join us anytime. And for everybody out there in the lounge and who watches this as a podcast later, you know, I'll see you on Thursday. Thursday night, 9 p.m. Hopefully there'll be more election results. We'll probably talk about that. I'll talk about more about shooting stuff and blowing stuff up. And we'll talk about all the regular crap we always do. So come join us on Thursday, 9 p.m. Say goodnight, Gracie.
Good night, Gracie.